this? When a man just wants to chase a nut, he doesn't want you, all that pitney? Unless you're telling me these Fefails are slow, unless you're telling me single moms are slow, I'll be honest with you, I believe they're slow. You must be slow to turn out to be a single mom. You must be slow to lay down with a man that was never your husband and then somehow expect for this man to be an outstanding father. But I swear he told her he didn't want it. I mean, a lot of men make it very clear they don't want to be fathers. I mean, he's clapping your cheeks with no ring on your finger. Did he marry you? Did he honor you? Or did he bust inside you? Do you think being a cum bucket is a man honoring you? I'm trying to figure something out. Where was the lines blurred? When did the lines get blurred for you Fefails to spread your legs open and pop out a baby with no ring on your finger? Because the last time I checked, being a cum bucket is the most disrespectful thing you can be. So I'm trying to figure out, when did you Fefails think that this was a smart move? Worried about a life that isn't even yours. I can be worried about whatever I want to be worried about. And I'm not worried. I'm just stating out facts. Who told you I'm worried? You think I'm worried about these Fefails being community boxes? No. Eventually, they're just going to be degenerates. And that's all they're going to amount to. Princess said, you sound every young. I think you're supposed to say very young. Okay, and what? Thank you, Tammy. Thank you, New. And what if I sound very young? Huh? You want me to sound old? And an auntie? Is that what you want? It doesn't matter about age. You Fefails won't listen to nobody. Except for your nyash. You Fefails won't listen to nobody, whether they're young or old. Age has no factor to anything I'm saying. Just like spreading your nyash. Are you trying to help them or just... Who told you I'm trying to help these community boxes? You Fefails think I'm trying to be your life coach. No. Prove me wrong is on the prompt. In case you don't understand... You're here to prove me wrong. Prove me how BLK Fefails, these single moms, are not destroying the community. What about Grape? What about Grape? Am I talking about victims? Or am I talking about consenting adults? This is why I say you Fefails are slow. How slow must you be if you think I'm talking about Grape victims? I mean, come on. Is that the best you can do? Is this the best you can do? You want to talk to me about Grape victims?
Grapes and peaches.
You Fefails have nowhere else to go. Thank you, Shelley. I'm talking about consenting adults, okay? The same way you spread your legs open and let that man bust inside you. I'm talking about that. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about when you open your legs and let that man bust inside you. That's what I'm talking about, okay? I'm talking about when you willingly go on your knees and give guap 3,000. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you, Ergo. Thank you, G9. I think you Fefails are confused. Worried about another woman's legs is madness. Worry about your fish, not theirs. I'll be honest with you. These Fefails are the ones that are creating society's villains. When you Fefails stop breeding criminals and community boxes, then I'll be quiet, okay? When you stop breeding a bunch of smug dealers, when you stop breeding a bunch of teenage pregnancies, when you stop breeding a bunch of useless pitneys who drop out of high school, can't even read past the 6th grade, then I'll stop talking about it. Why don't you stop destroying the community and stop giving me something to talk about, Stop giving me something to talk about. That's what I want. Why don't you stop giving me something to talk about? That would be refreshing. Why can't I talk about BLK women being wives for once in my life, Why can't for once I can say BLK women, they're winning and their wives and they're getting married and it's a high rate? No, I can't say that though. Thank you, you're not the father. Why don't you Fefails give me something new to talk about? Because you're talented at being degenerate. This is your number one talent. How about we lecture men? They're the ones who can get 365 women pregnant and a woman only 9 months. I mean, a man can't be able to bust inside you unless you let him. Like, let's be honest. Are we going to be that dense? Why don't you Fefails stop giving these men your nyash? Is it hard, huh? How much do you want to get that kitty scratched? Huh? What's going on? Does your kitty need to be scratched every day? Does your kitty need to be scratched every time you ovulate? Do you not know how to avoid pregnancy at your big age? I'm trying to figure, do you Fefails not know how to prevent getting pregnant at your big age? Do you not know your body? This is why they say the education system failed you Fefails. It sounds like you never listened at school. It sounds like in biology class, you did nothing but skip class. You Fefails don't even understand how your body works. Are they trying to say females? No, I'm saying Fefails. I know you want me to blame the man that bust inside you and never married you. I know, but that will never happen. That will never happen because only dummies will let a man clap their cheeks with no ring on their finger and end up pregnant for 9 months. Like, how dumb are you? Like, let's really talk about it. How dumb must you have been to lay down with that man who never had any intentions to marry you? We really have to talk about how much stupidity is in the BLK community. We really got to talk about the amount of low IQ Fefails there are in the community, and they're breeding more dumber kids than ever. It's dumb and dumber. The mum is dumb, and so is the pitney. Because they ain't gonna learn, they're not gonna be genetically gifted with intelligence. I mean, do you really think a single mom is gonna pass down intelligence? No, of course. Intelligence is genetic. You Fefails were born dumb. Okay?
Hey girl.
Yes,
girl.
welcome. Can you please address the prompt?
Hi, my prompt is, I'm outside, so just ignore me. What my idea is, we're talking about single moms over in the black community. How about the dads?
Okay, do you agree that single moms are destroying the say BLK please, are destroying the BLK community?
Absolutely the fuck not. Because
no swearing, no swearing.
Sorry babe. What about the father? Most people are single moms because the father is a present. So why are you centering it around just the mom? It's ridiculous to me.
It's not ridiculous. It's not ridiculous because the women will always have more. Let me tell you how. The women will always have more rights than a man. You can choose to be a mother or not.
That's not true, babe. That is so not true.
You can choose to be a mother or not.
We live in a patriarchal society. That is not fucking true.
No swearing. It is very true. So are you telling me? Are you telling me?
I'll drop because I'm walking and I saw this and I was like, okay, it's bull shit.
Yeah, of course it is because you're community boxes. You're used to being degenerate. You have every right to your body. You have every right to your body. You don't have to keep the baby. You have contraception. Like what's so difficult? What is so difficult to not get pregnant? You Fefails are showing your IQ. That's why I said these single moms are not passing down any type of intelligence. They're not. It's impossible. It's impossible that majority of you Fefails are intelligent and have the highest single mom rate, okay? That is impossible. It is impossible for majority of you BLK Fefails to be intelligent and have the highest single mom rate. That's not happening. Okay, we need to accept that a lot of you Fefails are dumb. Okay? You're dumb and you think with your nyash. And when you accept that, then maybe we can see a bit of change. But you want to act like you're thinking like the above average. No, you're thinking like the below average. Bare minimum is not to get pregnant, let alone keep your legs closed. Yeah, my doctorate is dumb. I mean, if you end up being a single mom, then yeah. You Fefails think being educated makes you intelligent? Is that what you really think? Is that what you Fefails think having a doctorate means you're intelligent? It's two different things. It's two different things. You Fefails are not even one of the highest educated. Okay? YTs and Asians are running circles around you. You Fefails think having an education means you're intelligent, okay? Intelligent is genetic, okay? It's either you're intelligent or not. Maybe you're smart. Yeah, well done. Yeah, you're smart. You're able to consume information. Well done. But intelligence is not it, okay? Getting a degree, a master's and doctorate has nothing to do with your intelligence. You're just able to consume information. Well done. You learn how to use your brain. Wow. These Fefails want to celebrate about being educated. Only 4% of you dummies even have a doctorate. Only 4% of BOK Fefails have a doctorate, okay? Meanwhile, Asians and YTs are running laps around you. For once in your life, you learn how to use your brain. You learn how to use the little bit of brain that you have. A little bit of brain that you have. Well done. Okay? Yeah. Majority of you Fefails are not getting married and ending up single and alone. The only one barefoot and pregnant is you Fefails. Because there ain't no man taking care of you. There ain't no man taking care of you. You pop out them pitneys and put it in childcare and go back to work. Because you ain't got no man. I mean, what type of struggle is that? How do you pop out your pitneys and then the next day put it in childcare? Because you gotta work. I mean, who wants that struggle? Somehow you Fefails enjoy this struggle. You enjoy the struggle, don't you? You must enjoy being poor. You must enjoy raising degenerates. It must be fun. It must be fun to you Fefails to watch your sons and daughters be failures in society, huh? Because I'm trying to understand how 59.3% of you Fefails have had pitneys outside of wedlock. It's coming like it's a hobby, huh? Is it a hobby for you Fefails to bend over? Is it? Is that a hobby for you Fefails to let a man bust inside you? Just tell me and I will understand. If you just say, you know what, Rem, we single moms, our best talent is making men bust. At least I could understand from that level. At least I can understand. So many single BOK moms with what? I'm trying to see what you are saying. So many single BOK moms with bum baby dad. What happened to marriage? Facts on facts. Facts on facts. What happened to marriage? They're not wifey material. That's what it is. You BOK Fefails are not made to be wives. You're made to be baby mamas. That's what it is. History. Open a book. What about history, Megan, huh? What about history? What, did the YT man tell you to let the man clap your cheeks? Is that what you're telling me? Are you telling me the white man told you, hey, go and spread your legs open, huh? Did the YT man whip you into spreading your legs open? I'm trying to figure out what are you talking about, huh? What are you talking about? What YT man whipped you into spreading your legs open? Last time I checked, you have every right to do whatever you want with your body. You want to tell me about history. Why don't you learn about your body instead, right? Learn when you get pregnant and when you don't get pregnant, right? Go teach these BOK Fefails how to not get pregnant. Go teach these BOK Fefails how to keep their legs closed. The mass incarceration of BLK men in the 70s to break up the family dynamic. Wah, 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 wah. Are we in the 70s, dummy? Huh? Are we in the 70s? Take a look at the time. It's 2026. Okay? Are we in a disco ball right now? We're not in the 70s. About the 70s, the 70s. What are you talking about? I'm talking about 2026. Wake up and smell the coffee. You females love victimizing yourself about the history. We're talking about the present, okay? Who do we have here? Case, welcome. Can you please address the prompt?
Hello, please have a cup of tea and some custard biscuits and call it a day.
No, I'm never gonna call it a day. Can you just be able to? Can you be able to? Can you address the prompt?
All we need to do.
Can you
is
address
just
the
take
prompt?
deep
Address the
breaths.
prompt. Address the
Take
prompt.
deep breaths.
I'm not gonna do that.
Breathe in, breathe out. Name 5 things you can see.
Can you name how many men clapped your cheeks? Why don't you name
I'm
how
17,
many men?
so none.
Oh, then you're 17 and go speak to your father. Okay, go for why he failed you. That's what you need to do. You're 17. You're too young and dumb to be up here. Go ask your father why you're young and dumb. Because clearly someone failed you and it wasn't me. Okay? Go have some custard and cakes with your father that failed you. That's what you need to do. I don't know why you're 17 and on my live. What are you doing? Huh? Don't you have a life? You're 17 years old. You should be doing more of yourself. Go speak to your father about why you are a failure. If you even have one. If you even have a father. Because the way you're talking seems like you ain't got no one. You sound like your mother is a single mom. That's what you sound like. You sound like your mother is a single mom. I get it. You're triggered. Majority of you females will forever be triggered. And that's the problem. What's the problem? It's funny how none of you females can be able to prove me wrong, but you know how to make a man bust inside you, huh? That's what you females know what to do. You know how to make men bust inside you, but you can't prove me wrong. You know how to give guap 3,000, but you don't know how to get married. Why aren't these single moms getting married, huh? Why aren't these single moms wives? Can you females answer that? Huh? Why aren't these single moms getting married? Why aren't these single moms wives? It's because you're made for the streets. That's why. There's no man. See, when these men approached these females, they knew damn well that she was a community box. And the single mom knew it too. That's why she spread her legs open, because she thought her nyash was going to get that man. She thought her nyash was going to keep a man. No, all she did was keep the baby. No, man. When will you females realize that every time you spread your legs open to a man that's not your husband, he's going to get post-nut clarity and realize you're for the streets? Best not to use nyash. My culture is not your costume. Well, clearly your nyash is the costume, because somehow your culture loves to spread them cheeks open. Tell me why in your culture you love to be a bunch of baby mamas. Why? Huh? Why is it in your culture you love to make men bust with your nyash? Your nyash is the costume for everyone to see. You spread your nyash everywhere. Don't use my culture, don't use my culture. Then stop showing your nyash. It's that simple. You females want to act like you're proud of your culture. Proud of what? Being degenerates, yes.
If fathers are not around,
everywhere online, we see women in your culture showing nyash. We see the females in your culture showing their nyash. That's all we ever see. Your culture don't promote nothing but degeneracy. Get over it. Huh? What does your culture promote? If it really promoted anything healthy, why are you Fefails showing nyash every day like it's a hobby? Huh? Do you have nothing else to yourself? Do you have no other value other than your nyash? Is this what you're good at doing? That's all you ever see. No, that's all you ever show. That's all you ever show. You Fefails think you're the only one with big nyash. That's all you ever show because you know damn well you have no other value. That's why in the BLK community, you have the highest single mum rate. Wherever you go in Western society, even in the UK, you have the highest single mum rate. This is all you can show. This is all you can do. Don't tell me about your useless culture when all it does is make you pop out useless, degenerate babies. Okay, so I'm going to quickly just read out a super chat and then I'm going to enjoy. Thank you, Rising Phoenix. Sent $9.99 US. If fathers are not around, who have these children learned their values from? Once we can answer that, then we can discuss why our community is lost. Facts on facts. Where are they learning these degeneracy from? That's the question. If there's no father, where are they learning this behavior? Tay, are you there? Tay, you're on Teacup. Are you there? That is a great question. Where are you Fefails and your pitneys learning their values from? Because the last time I checked, there's no man there. Thank you, Mimi. There's no man there. So where are they learning it from? The streets? Who are they learning it from? Sean said, learn from Jesus. You Fefails know nothing about Jesus. Please stop talking about God on my life. Okay? You worship your nyash. That's what you Fefails worship. Every day you pray to your nyash. That's what your booty calls. Before you go sleep, you pray to the D that's calling you. That's what you pray for. You don't pray for marriage, healthy families. You pray for Tyrone to clap your cheeks. That's why every time he calls you, you pick up and you go to his house. That's what you Fefails are praying for. You're learning from the last man that clapped your cheeks. You're praying for the D. About learn from Jesus. You Fefails learn from your nyash. You wonder why there's so many? Do you wonder why BOK Fefails have the highest single mum rate? Come on, you can only manifest what's really in your hearts. That's reality. Okay, your reality is only made up of what you are. In case you Fefails don't comprehend that, your reality is only made up of what you are. And if you are a single mom and no baby dad and no husband, then that's your reality because that's what you are. You're for the streets. You are for the streets. Thank you, Dusty. Nothing else was going to come out of you. Nothing else was going to come out of you. Ashley said, entertaining to see, not gonna lie. I mean, I know it's entertaining for you Fefails to be community boxes. That's how you came to be single moms. I know getting your cheeks clapped is entertaining to you Fefails because that's all you do. Who do we have here?
I'm really curious. Thank you.
Can you please address the prompt?
Yes, I'm really curious why you are blaming single moms for fathers leaving.
Okay, do you agree with the prompt? Do you agree that single moms are destroying the BOK community?
No, I don't. Absolutely not.
Okay. Why do you not agree?
Because single moms are in Black communities. I'm not African.
BLK, please. BLK.
What?
Say BLK. Abbreviate the word black and say BLK.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
Okay,
That's cool.
thank you.
BLK women. Do we agree that BLK means African American, right?
No, it just means anyone that is black. So even in the UK, they have the highest single mom rate.
Yeah, but that's not that's disingenuous because that's not the case in every country.
I'm talking about Western society. And in Western society, in the UK,
In Western society.
in the UK and in the US, they have the highest single mom rate.
But this is why I'm making the distinction, because black doesn't mean UK and US.
Well, guess
it
what?
means
What?
African descendants.
No, it doesn't, because if you take a look at...
Yes, it does.
Hold on.
Because
Hold on. If you go on .gov, and in the UK, they don't separate Caribbeans and BLK.
My love,
It's just
the UK is not the world.
Hold on. Okay, let's not be dumb.
What?
In the UK, you are gonna be considered black. It's just that simple. You don't like it.
Sweetheart,
you don't like it. What you need to do, if you don't like it, what you need to do is you're gonna need to go and speak to the government about that and tell them to change the data. But for now,
can I speak?
Hold on. But for now, this is the data that I'm bringing. And in the UK, BLK Fefails have the highest single mom rate. And Asian have the lowest. Get over the bridge.
Okay. Can I speak now?
Yes. I don't want to hear no diaspora crap.
If you say in the UK, then in the prompt you need to say
No, I don't
in
need
the
to say
UK,
nothing. I don't need to say nothing. Listen, it's either
TikTok is not the UK, honey.
No.
TikTok is the
Listen,
world.
okay, listen.
unless you don't want the world to come
I
in,
don't need to say
say the
nothing.
UK.
I don't need
You're
to.
being ignorant.
Okay,
Your
fine.
prompt
If you
is
want to call me
ignorant.
ignorant, I don't care. Okay. Either
But
way,
then address the
No,
prompt.
I am
Address
addressed.
the prompt.
I
You
am.
make the prompt, so
BLK
make it for
Fefails
the UK,
are destroying the
dumbass.
community.
Make it
I
UK.
don't care.
Say the
I don't
UK.
care.
Say
I
the
don't
UK.
care.
Don't
Address the
welcome
prompt.
the world
Address
into the conversation.
prompt. Are
and
you
say the
struggling?
UK.
Are you
Not
struggling
sweetheart.
to prove me
Say the
wrong?
UK
Are you
in
struggling
the-
to prove me wrong? Is that what it is?
How am I gonna
Is
prove
your
you wrong
weave
when
too
you're talking about the
tight?
UK,
Is your wig too
dumbass?
tight?
You're talking
Is
about
your
the
wig too
UK.
tight? Is your wig too
This
tight?
is the world.
What's going on?
The world
Is your wig
is
pulling your
200
brain
plus
back for
nations,
you
not
to be
the
able to
UK.
prove me wrong?
You ratchet bitch.
Oh, is
Get
it?
it together.
This is the nature
Get
of
it
BLK
together.
women. Look at her. This is
It
why no
is
man wants
the
to marry
world.
you. This is why
BLK
no
women
man is
the
marrying
world,
you.
not the
That's
UK,
why no
dumbass.
Asian.
I understand
That's why
you've
no
never left the
YT.
UK.
That's why
I
no one
understand
is
you've
marrying
never
you,
left the
BLK
UK,
Fefails.
but the
Because
UK
you're a
is
bunch
not
of
the world.
loud ghetto
The
hood
UK
rats with
is
very
not the
disgusting
world. The
attitudes.
UK
That's
is
why
not
you're a
the
bunch of
world.
baby mamas
The UK
and single
is
moms.
not the world.
Because
The
all your
UK
baby
is
dads
not
don't
the
want
world.
you.
The UK
Nobody
is not the
wants
world.
you.
The
Nobody
UK is
wants
not
you.
the world.
All they want to
People
do
live
is
on
clap
Facebook.
your
All day
cheeks.
long if you
That's all
want.
they want to
All
do
day
is
long if
clap
you
your
want.
cheeks.
The UK is
You
not the
can't
world.
prove me
The
wrong.
UK is not the world.
You
Until
can't
you realize
prove me
that
wrong.
and get out of the
You
UK
can't prove
and
me
realize
wrong.
the UK is
You
not the
can't
world,
prove me
you're
wrong. You're
always gonna
struggling.
sound like a dumb
You're
bitch
struggling.
that you
You're
sounding right now.
struggling. Why are you
Because
projecting?
if you want to
huh?
talk about the
Am I
UK,
the man that clapped
put
your
the
cheeks?
UK,
Am I the man
black
that came inside
UK
you?
women,
Listen, it's not my
BLK
fault
or
you're not
however you want to
married.
say
It's
it.
not my
Put
fault you have no
BLK women
husband.
from
It's
the
not my
UK.
fault that all
Don't
you
say
do
BLK
is glue
women,
your head.
period.
It's not
Because
my fault. All
BLK
you
women
do is
are
put
from
weave
all
on your
over
head
the
to be like
world,
the YT
not just
women.
the UK.
It's not my
You need
fault
to get the
that
fuck
the
out of the
BLK
UK
women have the
and
highest single
travel.
mom rate.
You
the
cannot talk
highest
about
STD
BLK
rate.
women
It's
from
not
all
my
over the world
fault. It's
and
not my
say
fault
the
that you're
UK,
failures.
the UK.
It's not
That's
my
not how
fault
this
that
works,
you are
bitch.
failures.
That's not
It's
how
not
this
my
works.
fault
And
that
you
you
can
are
yell all you
failures.
want,
Don't
saying
get upset
here
with
and
me
shit
for
you're
telling you the
saying,
truth.
because all
Don't
you're
get upset
doing
with me
is
for telling
yelling
you the
and
truth.
not letting me
I know
talk.
you're triggered.
So I'm not gonna
I know
let you
you're
talk
triggered.
either.
I know
Fuck
you're
you
triggered.
and your
Yeah,
UK
yeah,
bullshit.
because
The
nobody
UK
wants
is not the
you.
world.
That's why you're
The
triggered.
UK is
Nobody
not
wants
the
you.
world.
BOK women
The
have the
UK
lowest marriage
is
rate.
not the
And she
world.
is a great
The UK
example.
is
Take
not
a
the
look at her.
world.
This
So
is why
until
no
you
one
let
wants
me
to
talk,
marry you.
I'm gonna have you on
You
mute,
are
and I'm
revealing
gonna roll my
yourself.
mouth
You
until
are
you get
showing
me off.
everyone here
Because you
why
have a
you have
prompt
the
over
lowest
here that
marriage
makes no
rate.
fucking
Look
sense.
at you.
You can't
You're
talk about black
angry,
women,
you're bitter
period,
because the
when
last
talking
man that
about,
clapped
in
your
your
cheeks
example, is the
didn't
UK.
want you.
The UK
The
is not the
last
world.
man that
The
clapped
UK
your
does not
cheeks didn't want
represent
you.
all
You
black
are a
women in the
typical
world.
cum
What the
bucket
fuck are you
because you
talking
can't
about?
comprehend any type
What the fuck are
of
you talking
fact.
about?
I know you don't know what I'm
The
talking
UK
about.
doesn't
I know you
represent
don't
the
know what I'm
world.
talking about because your community
It
bugs.
doesn't
You will
represent
never
the world,
understand
sweetheart.
truth. You
You
will
need
never
to fix your
understand truth.
fucking
You know what you
prompt
understand? You
and talk
understand how to
about black
take
women in
D.
general.
You know how to take
You
D.
need to
You
fucking talk about
understand
black people
D.
in
You don't
general, or
understand
talk about
me,
black
but you
people in the
understand the
UK.
D.
You
You don't
cannot
understand
denigrate
me,
an
but you
entire race
understand the D.
all over
You
the
don't
planet.
understand
An
me,
entire
but
race
you
all over the
understand the
planet
D.
over
You
your
understand how
conceptions
to give
or
guap
UK
guap
women. Get the fuck
3,000.
out of
You
here. You need
understand
to
how to
travel.
give the guap
You need to
guap
get a fucking
3,000. You know
passport.
how to hit. You know that's what you know what to do because you don't know nothing. You don't understand what I'm saying because you are a community box. I don't expect you to comprehend what I'm saying, darling. No, I don't. I never did. I never will. Okay. Nurse, welcome. Can you please address the prompt? Are you there? This is what you have with these Fefails. They always get triggered. Nurse, are you there? You always get triggered. You don't like it. You don't like it that you're failures. You don't like it. See, I will tell you something. These Fefails from these African Fefails from the continent, they don't like what I'm saying either. You don't want me to call out that your nyash stinks as well. You don't like it. You don't like that I'm calling out all the men that clapped your cheeks don't want you either. Don't be surprised. That's not happening on my life. You guys are international failures wherever you go. So I'm gonna call out what you are, even in the UK. Because even in the UK, no man's marrying you. Even in the UK, you're popping out degenerates. Even in the UK, you have the highest STD rate. Even in the UK, you have the highest obesity rate. Even in the UK, you have the lowest marriage rate. Where are you succeeding in life? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Where are you succeeding in life? Nowhere. Nowhere. It doesn't matter where you are from. You're act the same, all talk the same, and all your nyash is the same. All your nyash is the same. Okay, who do we have here? Lolo, welcome. Can you please address the prompt?
I'm not disagreeing with anything you're saying. I just have a question. Are you a BLK woman yourself?
Yes. So do you agree, yes or no?
The statistics is correct in what you're saying. But what is the purpose of this? Because you're saying it's destroying the black community.
Say BLK, please.
Okay, it's destroying the BLK community. But isn't this live doing the same thing?
So me talking about the truth is destroying the BLK community.
But the way you're doing it, because the statistics are correct. What you're saying is right. It's
Do you
factual.
think I'm the first person to talk about this?
No, you're definitely not.
Okay,
but I'm just
then.
asking, what's the purpose?
So all the leaders that have come and gone, why didn't you BLK Fefails listen to them before I was even born? Why didn't they listen to them?
That's so cool, but what is the purpose of this?
Why didn't you BLK Fefails listen to leaders, men,
Yeah,
women?
we listen.
No, but
I listen.
But how did they listen if they have the highest single mum rate?
But the thing is, I don't think any woman goes into it thinking, yeah, I'm going to be single. Do
Okay.
you get it? Where's the accountability for the men also?
So when she goes into it, what is she thinking?
She's probably thinking, yeah, I'm going to have a family with this man.
But she's not married, so why is she thinking that?
Okay, but still, there's plenty of people that have been together for many years. They're not married.
No, but
You know that, right?
yeah, but they're not. But they're not single moms because they're still with the father. So how
Yeah.
can?
So what? Exactly. So you don't know. You don't know what the future holds.
So how could you not know if that man is not your husband?
Listen, people change their minds all the time. It happens.
So then you're just saying they're just dumb.
What is that? I want to understand why you're so aggressive with it.
Because you females get triggered all the time. So
No, I'm not triggered by this at all because this doesn't. No. I'm not triggered because none of what is on here applies to me. I don't have kids. I'm not a single mom. It doesn't apply to me at all. It goes over my head.
Okay, then. So as long as you don't become aggressive with me, I won't be aggressive with you. It's just that simple.
I just want to understand why, you're so aggressive with it. Why don't you want to try, uplift these BLK women?
I'm never going to uplift degeneracy.
Oh Lord, why not?
Why would anyone with any sense want to do that? That doesn't even make any sense.
Because if you're a BLK woman, would you not want to see the other BLK woman rise up with you?
Because they don't want to. They don't want to listen. Like I said, how many people have come and gone? There's a woman called Shazad Ali. She wrote a book for you BLK Fefails to learn how to act right. Okay? There are so many...
somebody said something.
No, don't worry about the comments. There are so many women out there, okay, that speak softly, actually are willing to coach you. There's so many women out there that exist. None of you females want to listen to them.
Yeah, but they're not going to listen to you screaming and shouting.
I never asked him to listen to me. I told him to prove me wrong. I'm not dumb. I'm not stupid. Do you really think I want to ask these Fefails to listen to me? I'm not their father. I'm not your coach. I'm not your psychiatrist. I'm not your psychologist. I'm not your teacher. I'm not your mother. I'm not your father. I would never tell you Fefails to listen to me. That's why the word says prove me wrong.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm just going to drop back down anyway.
Okay. Thank you.
Lovely speaking with you.
All right, then. So I'm going to quickly read out a super chat. Rising Phoenix sent $19.99. Thank you. Fatherless children is the fault, responsibility, and result of the choices their mothers make. Life is about risk. Marrying before you carry, minimize those risks. Accountability is a hard pill to swallow. Facts on facts. They find it hard to swallow the pill, but you don't find it hard to swallow his soldiers in his nutsack, though. Isn't that interesting? Why is truth hard for you Fefails to swallow, but you will swallow his soldiers? There's a problem. There's a problem when you're willing to go on your knees and it's easy to swallow his soldiers, but you don't want to swallow the truth. There's a problem. That's why you Fefails have the highest single mom rates, because there are some things that are supposed to be easy and some things are supposed to be hard. And it's supposed to be hard to spread your legs open, not easy. You Fefails got it backwards. I don't get it. Okay, thank you, Rising Phoenix, and $4.99. The reason why women chose the bear is because they don't know how to choose a man. Facts on facts. They don't know how to choose a man. That's why I say they think with their nyash. And you know what's interesting? What I find very interesting is how a lot of you Fefails will entertain these men and say, well, I didn't know I was going to be a single mom. You know how dumb you must be to say that? Do you know how dumb you must be to think that's even a valid reason? Like, how did you not know he was going to be a single mom? Did that man marry you? Did the man marry you? Did the man say, I want you to be my wife? So in what world did you actually think this interaction was ever going to be fruitful? In what world? This is why your children come out the way they do. Because clearly, these single moms are brainless fools. Why are you obsessed with marriage? Marriage doesn't mean ish. Well, no, of course you Fefails think marriage doesn't mean ish. That's why you have the lowest marriage rate. Of course. I mean, of course the ones with the lowest marriage rate would say that, right? Okay, we have Nene. Nene?
Hi, everyone.
Yes, welcome. Can you please address the prompt?
Yeah. So, single moms are destroying the BOK community. Okay. When we're having this conversation, are you also having into account that BOK women disproportionately face the highest rates in intimate partner crime?
Listen, unless they are grape victims, DV, SA, whatever, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about consenting adults.
Okay. However, if we can show a trace, if we can show a pattern of genuinely BOK men not showing up for their partners, could we also not hold men accountable for this?
The issue is you Fefails have every right to choose to be a mother or not. That man, even if the man wanted to be a father, didn't want to be a father, that's not his choice. He actually can't actively make that choice for you. You actually have every advantage to make the choice.
So would you advocate for divorce? I mean, would you advocate for abortion, sorry?
No, I'd say AB, but no, I don't advocate for that. But I'm
AB,
not.
sorry.
But I'm not. I understand that it's your body and your choice, and if you couldn't be able to use contraception, if you couldn't be able to be on top of your ovulation, like there's so many steps before you get pregnant. You know, pregnancy is not actually easy. It's not easy to get pregnant.
I understand what you're saying 100%. It takes two consenting people making, the choice of having unprotected sex.
I mean, that's not what I mean when I say it's not easy. That's not what I mean when I say it's not easy.
It can be. A lot of people don't really plan their children.
No,
it can be easy.
It's not.
However,
it's not.
Okay. That's up to you to debate.
It's not. It's not up to me. It's how our body functions. You only have between 7 days to get pregnant in a month. You can't get pregnant outside of that window at all.
I understand what you're saying. However, you could still be having protective sex without that thing, and you could still end up pregnant. Like, you don't really, our bodies work differently for all of us. Fertility looks very different on every single one of us. I'm not dismissing what you're saying at all. Even if it's intentional or not intended, what would the solution look like for you? What do you advocate for? Is it marriage? Is that what you believe is going to protect these women from ending up as single mothers?
I mean, for the most part, yes. Marriage is definitely going to protect them.
But there is women that were married and are single mothers today. So what
you
was
mean
the
the ones
solution
that
for
divorced?
them?
Are you talking about the divorced?
Of course. So what was the solution for them?
The solution was to stay married and not initiate it. That's
but
the
why
solution.
are these women initiating divorces? What are the reasons for this?
A lot of reasons. Finances, cheating, and irresecondable differences. I'm so sorry if I didn't pronounce that name well.
It's okay. So instead, I'm not really too sure like with what moral compass you operate on, but instead of reducing two evils, you rather the person stay in a marriage for the sake of not being a single parent?
I'd rather the person. I'd rather you Fefails learn the difference between vetting, courting, and dating, and maybe then your marriage would be more successful. Because every other nation is doing it, so why can't you?
Sorry, someone called. Say the last name again. Sorry, I
said every other nation is doing it, so why can't you? Welcome, Inspector.
Yeah, and every other nation, and I feel like I'm assuming you'll be okay. If not, then I feel like we must acknowledge that we are at disadvantage in many populations.
No, you're not.
It's a bit biased.
No, that's not true.
Just discard that out the window.
No, not in Western society. No. In Western society, you are the most privileged. Compared to women in third world countries, you are the most privileged.
So
you have
you're telling
more
me right now,
opportunities and more advantages than women who live in the Middle East, and they're not even BLK.
I understand that, but I feel like when we are comparing Western societies, if you're going to compare the BLK woman in the Western society, you cannot compare the BLK woman in Africa, for example. So which
So we're
geographical group are we
comparing. So we're
comparing?
comparing.
So which
So we're
geographical group are we
comparing. So
comparing?
we're comparing. That doesn't change the fact that they're married. Marriage doesn't
I
take
understand.
marriage. Marriage doesn't take the system to stay married.
Okay. I understand. However, you were saying that we are more privileged than the women in our societies when
Yes,
that is
yes, you're the most
statistically
privileged in
incorrect.
the world. In the world, as a BOK, you are the most privileged. Yes.
That is absolutely incorrect. Where are you getting these statistics from?
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah. Hold on. You are the most privileged. If you live in the West,
In which society?
in the West, if you live in Western society, you are more privileged than anybody else.
I'm talking about BLK. BLK women are the most privileged women in Western society.
No. To
So
some
what are you
extent,
saying?
to some extent, yes, you are. You are the most privileged.
Can you expand on that?
Okay. Example, you are more privileged than women who live in the Middle East. You're more privileged than women who
No,
live in
we're
Asia.
talking about the same geographical point. We're talking about women in the West. So when we're comparing women
Yes,
in the
you
West,
have.
I need you to
You
tell
have
me which
opportunities.
Western
Yes,
woman
you have
is black woman
opportunities. You have
better than?
education. You have
Compared
light.
to who?
Hold on. Compared to Asians and YTs, do you not
You're
have
still
light?
not using the
Hold
same
on.
geographical
Listen.
point.
Hold on. Do you
Like
not
you're
have? Do
outside
you
the
not?
debate
Do
right
you
now.
do you not have the same access to water than the
Do we
Asian
have the
in
same access to education?
Yes, of course you do. Yes.
No, we don't.
Yes.
No, we
Yes.
don't.
In
What are we
Western
talking
society,
about?
you do. That's a damn lie.
You're from the UK. You're from
Anyway,
the
excuse
UK.
me. Wait, hold on. Can I pause this real quick? 'Cause I
Yeah.
just
No.
want
No.
to.
You can't pause because I'm speaking. Like, are you
Cool.
all right?
No, are you all right?
I'll just land my point and drop. Like I'm not here for long.
So the reality is, you Fefails are just too dumb to actually.
Rema.
Hold on. Because the reality is, listen. The reality is, Asians and YT women are doing far more better than you. So,
Because they're more privileged.
okay, then. So how is privilege? So if they're more privileged, then what is holding you back? What do you need to get married? What exactly?
So I believe that marriage stays with foundation. We first of all need to establish which role is which. I'm assuming you're probably a Muslim or a Christian, or you go by an
No,
Abrahamic
I don't care
faith.
about religion. Just get to the point. What is
We're
it? What is
establishing a
it?
moral compass. What moral compass do
This
you
is the
abide by?
listen. Let me say the
Hello?
question again. It's simple. What does the Asian and YT have? The fact that they can be able to have successful marriages that the BOK Fefail doesn't have. What do they have that you don't?
Okay.
To be able to
So-
have a marriage.
No, there's nothing that abstracts that at all.
So then, so what privilege are you talking about?
When I'm talking about privileges,
But
I'm
you're the one
talking
you
about-
said. You're the one that said they're more privileged than you.
I was gonna answer.
I'm
If you
waiting.
want me to answer. When we were talking about the privilege in itself, you were comparing BLK women to other women. You were not
Yes, when
talking
it comes
about
to the marriage
marriages.
rates, that's
Can I
what I'm
just land
comparing.
though?
Because I like to speed up conversations, and I feel like you're
I feel
kind
like
of.
you're just disruptive. to
I
be
just feel
honest.
like you're
You do
slowing
you.
down a little bit. I'm talking about the marriage rates.
Yes.
So when it comes to YTs and Asians, they seem to have very low divorce rates. How come it's different for BOK
and their men are
Fefails?
less criminal, and their men and the men that they engage with are less likely to be imprisoned, and their men are less likely to be violent, and their men are less likely.
So why don't
to put a
why
BLK
don't
woman through what they
you
go
choose
through.
men that are not criminals then? Do you know from 2021? Do you know from
if that's the
2021,
case-
50%?
If that's the
Do you
case,
know
you're
the crime
advocating
rates?
for BLK women to stop dating BLK men. Is that what you advocate for? Because then I'm with you.
Listen, you can do that, but the reality is only 5% of Asians and YTs are even going to marry you. No one's marrying you. Only 5%. Only 5% of the YT man is married to you BLK Fefails. So good luck with that. Good luck. Good luck with trying to get a YT man to marry you.
That's not difficult
you are
at
sadly
all.
mistaken to think other nations.
That is not difficult at all.
You are sadly mistaken to think other nations want you.
And you're less likely to be a divorcee or a single mother if you don't marry a BLK man. So I think that works out better for BLK women at the end of it all.
So then
It's really
what
not
you
as
should
complex
really be
as it
telling
is.
them is to keep their legs closed.
I advocate for that.
Because
I
the
advocate for that.
the reality is, I'd rather you Fefails stop popping out degenerates and let traditional people have children and families, not a bunch of community boxes.
What is traditional? Like, what's the definition of
Oh,
traditional?
you don't know
to you?
traditional. Let me move on to the next person.
Oh, you're
The lady
fine.
that
Yeah,
said,
this
"My do
this is
WN,
ridiculous.
of course."
Okay, we can
God
talk about that. We can talk about that another time. Okay, you ponder on that.
If you take
Ponder what
half
traditional
of
is
the
for
worst
yourself. I'm gonna
reasons
move
for
on to the next
divorce
person.
cheating, abuse and etc.
All
for
right.
divorce,
See y'all later.
So what is this? Mimi, welcome. Can you please address the prompt?
Okay, so I want to refer to what you put. Single moms are destroying the black community.
Yeah, be
So
okay,
now
please.
I want to put it because I'm black. Because at the end of the day, I feel like there is no such thing as black single moms are doing nothing. Because listen, you have to think about it. Black people, they've
Okay, say
been
be okay,
traumatized through.
please.
Oh
Say
no,
be
no, no,
okay.
no, 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 no! I will let you talk. Let me talk.
Just say
Let
be
me talk.
okay. Abbreviate the word black and say be okay.
Okay, all right. Oh, so you gonna get restricted? Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry on my end. Be okay, women. They've been through so much throughout their whole entire lives. Do you not hear the story of what's that lady? Her name Mary something. They hung her because they killed her husband.
Goodness me,
Black women go
unalive,
through no
unalive,
listen, no,
please. Say
listen, and then no,
unalive.
no, no, no.
Say
And
unalive.
then black listen, and then also you have to think about it. Even if women choose you can meet somebody that you think is so great. You can meet somebody that's so great, and you whole time you don't even know this person. This person could do anything to you. I don't
So
feel like black women
why
is
would you
ruined.
sleep with someone that you don't know?
No, when you get to know, listen, not if first of all, everyone has different personalities. You may not know it, but everyone has different personalities.
Well, yeah,
People
everyone has
decide
different personalities.
exactly.
That's
So therefore, so
normal.
listen. So you could think that you know a person, just like I can say, for instance, prime example, my sister. I could say that I know my sister so well, but then say, for instance, one day she do something that's so dangerous. I'm like,
Then
I
you
didn't
never
even
knew
know
your
this side of
sister
her.
that well. Then you didn't know. It's just that simple.
Okay, but nobody knows. Nobody really.
You
actually knows
can know a
nobody. Just
person
how
enough.
just
You can know a person enough for them not to hurt you. Yes, you can.
no,
Yeah, you
just like how
can.
just like how a parent never know their child, just like how a
You
parent
can
never
know
know their
your child
child, just
enough.
like
You
how
can
you
know your
never
child
know.
enough to not be a criminal. It's just simple.
No,
Yes.
no.
I get it. In your mind, it's illogical because you don't think that far.
No,
But people who
I'm
do
thinking that
think
far.
that far,
I'm thinking that far.
no,
You
you're
have to think about
not.
it.
Because if you
You
really,
have to think about it. Depression comes out.
let's wait. Let's be logical for a second. If you really
Okay, I'm
did,
gonna let you talk. Hold on, let me put
if
my
you really did that far, then you wouldn't say, "Well, I never saw that coming." You need to understand, like that.
So wait, no, listen, wait.
You
I
need
have
to
no, can I put a
understand. No,
comment on
no.
that? Wait,
What
I'm
it
gonna let you finish
is,
talking. Can I
what
put a
it
comment on
is,
that?
you
So how can you?
Fefails, what
No,
it is,
listen.
you
How can you
Fefails do
say?
is you
No,
struggle
listen.
to vet. Vetting
So wait,
means
how can you know?
processing
Listen, can I put
information,
a comment on what
and
you
to
said?
process
You know,
information
listen. You
takes
said
intelligence,
no. You
which you
said no. You
Fefails
said
lack. You
you just
struggle
said
to
that. Oh, you never
process
seen that coming. Then you just said
information.
that you actually
You
never knew that
struggle
person.
to
So how are you going
process
to say?
multiple information. You struggle to
How
dismantle
come?
information. That's why
How
you.
come?
That's why you actually never
come?
get to know, because a lot of you Fefails lack intelligence. That's the truth.
How? No, women are actually very smart.
No, then
All women, not just be okay women,
no, be
but
okay.
all
Fefails are
women
not
are
that
actually
smart.
very smart.
No, they're not.
Very smart.
If they
very
really, if
intelligent.
they was, how come they
Very
have the highest
intelligent.
single mom
You
rate?
have to think about it.
How
No,
come
you
how come
to
they
think
have the
about
highest
it.
single mom rate if they're that smart?
Miss, do you not understand? Wait, what I'm
Well,
supposed
you
to?
said
How
they're
am I supposed to
smart.
abbreviate?
How
No,
can they
wait,
be
I'm asking
smart?
how am I supposed to abbreviate? White.
So
How am I?
YT.
YT.
Yeah.
YT women, they unalive babies. Soon as they think that they men not there, they unaliving them. What
But
black
not at the
women? They
same rate.
think
But not at
okay.
the same rate as BLK Fefails.
Why do you think that?
BLK Fefails have the
Because no, you
highest
have to.
AB rate compared to YT.
No, that's not true.
It
That's not
very
logic.
much is
They no,
true.
no, just like prime example, just like how it's so many people in this world, but yet the internet put 1 billion or something. Like you cannot say, oh, on the internet it says this. No, I'm gonna let you know now. Them YTs, they do it way. They first of all, they do it in their houses. They go to woman cares. They do it. They
It's
do it anywhere
nowhere
they
near
can.
as much. It's nowhere near as much as
Yes.
BOK Fefails. Because really, let's really take a look at it.
Are you black or are you white?
BOK. I'm BOK.
Are you BOK or are you?
I'm BOK.
BOK?
Yeah.
So wait, how are you going to? You have to think about it.
Because I speak from a logical place, not emotional. And
Wait, no, do you speak from
if you
experience?
take
Do you
it,
speak from experience?
I'm not experience what degeneracy. What I need to experience unaliving babies. Are we gonna be? Is that really?
No,
is
I
that
never
your
said
logic?
that. I never said that.
So what
But
experience
have you
do I
ever-
need? What
have
experience?
you ever experienced being a single mom? Have you ever experienced
Why
that?
would I experience that?
Have you ever exactly? So you cannot say something.
I can
You
say
cannot
whatever
make
I want, so I need to
No,
be
you
degenerate.
cannot
So
make
in
a
your
you
logic,
cannot
so
make
with your
a- you
logic,
cannot make a remark
Mimi,
and
in
don't
your
have no
logic, you're saying
actual
I
facts
need to.
behind it.
Are you saying that I need to experience being degenerate to talk about it?
Yes. Just like how if somebody's being SA,
I
they cannot say.
I told you, I'm not going to lie. This is why I say intelligence is genetic.
No, listen. This is how
I'm just being honest. You don't need to be degenerate.
If a person that was not SA keep speaking about something, but a person that's
No,
actually
we're not
speaking from
talking about
experience
SA.
does something-
That doesn't make
Yeah,
sense.
but it's
So
the same thing.
it's
That's
like
the same thing. Get a single mother out here.
it's like saying only criminals can talk about crime.
No,
But that's the same. That's your logic. That's your logic, though. That's your logic. That is your logic. Your logic is because I'm not a single mom, I can't talk about it. That's dumb.
The person that actually did something, a person that actually went to jail for, unalive the person like with, what's it called? With passion. They can speak from experience. They can sit up here and
So
tell you.
that's what I'm saying.
This
You're
and that and
saying
the
that
third. They
only
can sit up here
criminals
and
can
tell you that.
talk about crime. Then
Let's be specific.
what do you mean? We don't need to be detailed about it. Because you said no, you said no. It doesn't matter about what crime. It doesn't matter about what crime. It doesn't matter. It doesn't.
At the end of the day, I just feel like if
How
you're
old
a
are you,
BOK woman,
Mimi? How old are you?
How old are you? How old are you?
You sound very young. There's no way. There's no way you could be a grown woman talking like this.
Boy, no way.
There's no way.
How come?
Because you sound very, very dumb. It's gonna be real with you.
How do I sound very dumb?
Because
no, you sound very dumb for
you said you need to be degenerate.
Answer my question. How are a BOK women destroying the community? Please tell me now.
Because they're creating broken homes.
They creating broken homes.
Yes.
So are you? So why? So you holding the woman accountable, but you're not holding the ones that had the sperm accountable. But you're saying the mom.
The men don't have a choice or a say whether what she does with that baby or not. Men actually have no right and no say to what a woman does with her body and that baby. Pretty tough to hold him accountable if he didn't even choose that.
He didn't choose that?
No. She's the one.
Choose that?
No, she's the one.
Oh my God!
The woman can choose. The woman can choose to keep the baby. He can't. The woman can choose to unalive the baby. He can't. The woman can choose to keep her legs closed when she's ovulating. He can't.
You know, some women do not believe in unaliving babies. That's y'all
So
think.
if she didn't believe that, then why was she reckless in
are
bed?
you not holding them male accountable?
I just told you why.
Why you don't rep your willy? Why you don't?
I just told you why. I just told you why. Because men have no say. Because men have no say and no right to what you do with your body.
You still gotta think about abusive relationships. You
Say
still have to
AB,
think about
please.
narcissists. You still have to bring about manipulators. You still have to think about.
No one can manipulate you to get in bed. Sorry, there's no.
No one can manipulate you to get in bed.
Nope. No.
No one can manipulate you to get in bed.
No.
No.
There's no.
Wait, how old are you? Wait,
no. There's no man that can manipulate you into laying down and letting him D you down.
No.
There's no manipulation. No. That's just you females. That's just you
really
females
think that?
choosing
So listen,
it. Of
okay.
course I do. What did the man tell you?
Wait,
How did
my
the man-
God, wait.
how-
Are we forgetting about
After this question, I'm gonna let Inspector come in. How does a man? I'm asking you. How does a man manipulate? How does a man manipulate a woman into having intercourse? How?
Just like how these men just now manipulate children into having sexual intercourse.
We're
with
not
them.
talking
What are we
about
talking about?
children.
What are we
We're talking about
No,
consenting
that's- and that- at the end of
adults.
the day-
We're talking about
No,
consenting
no,
adults.
okay, and
So
just
tell
like-
me how
and just
does
like how a child can- just like how a child can be manipulated into having
So are you telling me
sexual
women?
intercourse?
Are you telling
Just
me
like how a grown woman can.
Are
What
you
we
telling
talking
me?
about?
Are you telling me
What are we
they think
talking
like children? Are you saying they think like children then?
I never said that.
Well,
But at the end of the day,
that's
just like how women can be manipulated, just like how anybody else can be manipulated.
Let's wait. You're saying just how they manipulated young children. So are you telling me grown women think like children?
No, what are you saying? That's not what I said. I said just like how children can be manipulated.
So how are grown women? So tell me how then. So tell me how are grown women being manipulated into having intercourse? How?
How?
Yes, how? You said it, not me.
Manipulation.
How?
How?
Yes, how?
How?
Well, you're the one that said it. You're the one that said men are manipulating them. So how are these men manipulating them into having intercourse? How?
Bro, are we forgetting there's a such thing called sweet talk? You can be a virgin. You can be talking to somebody and they will manipulate you into having sexual intercourse with them, and then one day you just end up pregnant.
So you're telling me a bunch of words is how he manipulated her. So he said a sweet nothing. Okay, so he said a bunch of sweet nothings and got her in bed.
I mean, ain't that how your mom got pregnant?
Yeah, manipulated.
I mean, it's the question.
No. Because only idiots get manipulated.
No, only
idiots get manipulated into having intercourse. So you're saying sweet words is how these single moms got pregnant?
You still have to. Oh my God, this lady, like, people, they be one black woman, be okay woman, right? They be having babies, and their baby the whole time they don't even know it. The baby be in the back. Be okay woman, be inside abusive relationships, don't know it that they're pregnant until one day they go to the doctors, they got bumped up.
All right, okay, you're not making sense anymore, so I'm just gonna read out the super chats. All right, let's take a breather. All right, let me just read the super chats because I'll be honest with you.
No, you're not laughing. You cannot tell me how single women.
I don't know what you said. I'm not being funny. I don't know what you said, so I'm just gonna move on. I'm just gonna read the super chats and bring an inspector. All right, you need to take a breather after that. Okay.
No, I feel like you don't answer the question. Like,
you didn't ask. This is what you sound like. Like, what language was that?
No, answer the question. Wait,
what did you even ask?
Single women? How are they? Wait, how are they destroyed?
All right, so I'm gonna read out the super chats. Okay, Rising Phoenix sent $4.99. Hold on. Goodness me, jeez. Thank you, Rising Phoenix at $4.99. If a man is unwilling to commit to you, why on earth would you think that man will commit to a child you have with him? Exactly. I mean, you would think 1 + 1 = 2, but to these Fefails, 1 + 1 = 1,000. Thank you, Rising Phoenix sent $19.99 to the lady that said, why do women divorce? 70 to 80% initiated by women. If you take half of the worst reasons for divorcing, cheating, AB, etc., the divorce rate for women is still almost double men divorcing women. Facts on facts. Thank you, Rising Phoenix at $99, $19.99. To that young lady, stop the cope. You know how to chose your friends. So all of a sudden now, because it's a man, you can't judge character. If women are so smarty, then why are all these men manipulating you? And you know what's funny is when I asked him, how did these men manipulate you into clapping your cheeks? He manipulates you. Did the cat get your tongue? Did the cat get your tongue? Because somehow you love to talk about men manipulating, but you don't know how they do it. Some would say you're just lying. Some would just say you're just talking out your backside at this point. You're using these words that you don't even know. Okay, welcome, Inspector. It's good to have you.
Thanks for having me, Rems. I appreciate it. As always, you're just cooking. Single moms are destroying the BLK community. I mean, this is something we know, right? But what I find interesting is if you take a deep look into the community itself, you find that it's not just the one single mother or the few single mothers, but it's their grandmothers, it's their mothers, their great grandmothers. I mean, we're talking about lineage of single mothers. So when they see a prompt like this, it's very triggering for them, right? Because then that means that they have to take a look within and figure out how to break that generational curse. But they won't do that. In fact, what they do is they point the finger at men. It's all about what men have done and could have done better, as opposed to what the woman could have done, to prepare her children for, a better life. Because essentially what these women are doing is they're setting their children up for failure, and they wear it like with pride. They think it's something to be prideful about. I don't think it's prideful to have bastard children. I don't think it's prideful to make a man a father, give him that responsibility, right? When you won't even make him a husband. It doesn't make any sense to me. And a lot of these women put the cart before the horse, and then they ask themselves why they're in these predicaments. And it doesn't make any sense to me. I think we need to come down to reality. And for some of us women, because I'm seeing it in the younger generation now, you need to stop staying so close to the microwave, because the degeneracy that's going around is just, and stop taking all that birth control too, by the way, while you're at it. Because it's messing up your guys' hormones. It's messing up your guys' brains. I mean, it's just insane. But thanks. I'll land there, Rems.
Facts on facts. Clearly, it's not working when you have the highest single mum rate. I mean, what contraception are you even using or not using? It seems like nothing you Fefails are doing is working.
Well, I don't 100% agree with some of what the other lady was saying, because
So do you agree with the prompt then? Do you agree with the prompt?
I don't agree with the prompt, because I feel like sometimes it's the men that leave their family or don't stick to their word that they said. Even in some cases, a female could be married to the guy and he decides he wants to leave. It's not always the single woman that is destroying the family. Sometimes the men walk out, and then it leaves the single woman to raise children on her own. And when she does that, sometimes she may raise a great young man to teach that young man, okay, this is how you're supposed to treat a woman. This is how you're not supposed to treat a woman. Or she may raise that young woman a certain way based off of her experience. Okay, a guy may tell you whatever to get into your pants, but you know what? As a young lady, as someone who wants the best for yourself, you're going to have a ring on your finger before you give yourself away. So it's not necessarily always up to the female. Sometimes it's the man that walks away and ruins everything.
Okay.
So I don't think it's always... Sorry.
Yeah, it's fine. I thought you finished. Did you finish?
So no, I was just basically saying it's not always like single moms are like destroying the Black community. Sometimes,
Be okay, please.
Okay, I'm sorry. Be okay, community. Sometimes I feel like you can make a family. So for instance, I'll use myself as an example. I have a kid and I was married prior to having my daughter, but her dad, he became physically abusive. And
say AB, please. Okay, crash land now. I don't want to hear no trauma dumping. Please crash land.
Okay.
Right. There's never red flags. It just all of a sudden the man it becomes abusive. It's crazy.
Yeah, just all this trauma dumping. Just please crash land now.
So again, like I said, sometimes things happen. This is life. Sometimes some things you cannot predict. If it happens, it happens. And that is the experience that I had. And guess what? I taught my daughter, okay, hey, listen, through experience, this is what this is how you may want to go about life. Always make sure, you invest lots of time, because you can be with someone for 10 to 20 years. And you don't know that person may respond to some type of trauma themselves differently.
All right.
So
I'm going to crash land for you because you're still trauma dumping. Okay, so let me...
That's not what I mean.
I'm crash landing for you because I don't want to hear no more trauma dumping from you. Okay, I'm not your psychiatrist. Now, I want to make this clear. Hold on. You've been speaking for like about a good minute or so. Okay, and there's somebody else waiting. All right. So I just need to make this clear. I don't talk about SA, DV, any type of AB. Okay. So I don't want to hear no one hit you, did this. No. Okay. Oh, and God. I don't want to hear about God. Okay. Those are my rules. Don't talk about AB and don't talk about God. Go to church and go to a psychiatrist.
I never
okay.
mentioned God.
I never said you did. I'm just putting it out there in case you Fefails want to throw in Jesus. Okay.
Okay.
All right, then.
Well,
So I'm
again, I
going
just feel
to
like
move on to the next panelist, and
you have to save time for it. There's in life
that's
things happen.
Samantha, don't worry, we heard you. Let me just introduce the next panelist, and then we can go to open panel and have the discussion all together.
Okay.
Okay, so we have J Mill. Welcome. Can you please address the prompt?
Okay, so I disagree with the prompt because it is not single moms that are destroying the Black community, the BLK community. It is people that are single that have no boundaries and respect people's marriages that are destroying the BLK community.
Okay, it is open panel. Now, I mean, at the end of the day, it's the woman who gets pregnant. It's the woman who chooses to keep the pregnancy. It's the woman who can even keep track of when she gets pregnant. So I'll be honest with you, 90% of it is her fault. You don't even, it's actually very easy to not get pregnant than it is to get pregnant.
But there are more women that don't have any children that are out here disrespecting other people's relationships because the men are allowing it.
Yes, I agree.
So what does that have to do with the fact that single moms are destroying the BLK community? They have the highest single mom rate.
That it's not only the moms alone that is destroying the family community. Okay, so it's basically in a relationship. Sometimes some people don't respect their relationship, and when they allow other people to enter into that relationship, I feel like it's both parties, especially if that person knows the other party has a family.
Okay, then, so be adults, then be adults and deal with it. Or why did you open your legs to that type of man? Do you Fefails not know how to vet? I mean, these things should have been obvious before you spread your cheeks open.
It is the single mom that is doing her duty. She's still providing, she's still taking care of her children, and she's still teaching them the things that they need to know, which means that she has not declined or rejected her responsibility as being part of a family, because she still has her children and she's still doing what she needs to do.
Yeah, and because of that, those children are more likely to be AB'd. Those children are more likely to be incarcerated, more likely to have the BLK women have the highest teenage pregnancy rate. They're more likely to drop out of high school. So yeah, because the single mom chose to, have the baby in a broken home, that's the outcome.
But sometimes, what if that wasn't the case? What if during the marriage or during whatever the relationship was, then that happened during the marriage? The baby's already there. Everything's already there.
What happened during the marriage? Sorry, go ahead.
I don't understand the exceptions. I don't know why we always bring up the exception to the rule. When Remnant is talking, she's talking about the majority. And you guys always want to bring, no, what we're talking about is a majority of single mothers today essentially setting their children up for failure. Where is accountability for that? Do we not understand that children do better in a two-parent household, or do I have to break that down for you?
I do know.
The woman doesn't have control over that. That is the man that has control over that issue. The man is the one who chooses.
How does the man have control? How does the man have control?
Because the man is the one who chooses. The man is the one who has to make the commitment to be part of the family, to provide and to protect and lead.
So the man has control. So the man has control over if you want to keep the baby or not.
So the man has control to protect
No,
and
that's not my
provide for his
question. My question
family.
is, does the man have control
No,
whether you want to keep the baby or not?
the man has, of course, the man has say so because it's his baby too. But
No, that's not the
essentially, the
question.
woman is
The
the
question is,
woman's
does he
final
have?
decision.
Okay, so then he has no control. Does the man have
But okay,
control when you ovulate?
no, the man does not have control when you ovulate.
Okay,
But
then.
what I'm saying is that
So how
what
does
I'm saying is
a
that
man have control whether you become a single mom if you are the one who chooses to keep the baby and you know when your eggs are ready to be cracked?
But so the part that I'm not understanding is you're making it seem like there's no room for errors. Like a person can predict the future and a person can predict the future and know that this isn't going to work. A person can be married, had a baby, did everything all the right ways, and sometimes things doesn't work
I
out.
mean,
It just does not work out.
Asians do it. They seem to have the lowest single mom rate and the highest marriage rate.
They don't want to be
And
impregnated.
you know why that is, Rams? A lot of the time it's because, some of us women, not all, but some of us women understand that duty and responsibility comes before happiness. But for the majority of women today, it's all about happiness, which I don't understand because happiness is it's a fleeting emotion. You're not happy every day when you go to work. You're not happy every day when you go to school. It doesn't make any sense to me.
So you can stay and not be happy the entire time, but if that guy decides to walk out, you will be a single mom.
The issue is majority of men are not the ones walking out. Now, if it was 80 to 70% of men who are initiating divorce, then that could be a different conversation, but that's not the case. It's only, to be honest, I don't think it's even over maybe 30% of men. It's 70 to 80% of women in the UK and in the US who are the ones who are initiating divorce and choosing to break up their family. So it's really hard to blame men when it comes to their marriage being broken, when they're not the ones choosing it.
I don't. When you say that, no, they may not be doing the paperwork, but they choose it if they decide to maybe step out on their partner or disrespect them in ways their partner shouldn't be doing. There's also boundaries. It's only but so much you can take. You can want to be
That's
with the
the man
person.
that you chose. Unless he's not being you physically, mentally, and emotionally, then you stay. Or why did you marry the man? Be an adult.
Okay, so you marry because I feel like things happen. Things happen. Sometimes you can be with this person for a while, and then that person doesn't cross one of your boundaries until 5 years later.
It's called
and then
life.
There's a big boundary cross.
It's called life. Things happen in life in general. Like I said, if the person isn't harming you and harming the children, then you stay in that marriage. Because guess what? I know you Fefails ain't perfect. You Fefails probably are just as bad as a man.
Okay, so
that man is just a reflection of you. That's just the truth.
So right. So you're saying in any case, you stay with your partner unless they're putting their hands on you.
Unless they're harming. Harming can come in many forms. Unless it's SA, DV, any type of harm, any type of harm that's going to the children or you, then yes, every right. But other than that, you are a grown adult. That person is a reflection of you. So the reality is you are just as bad as your husband. No one's perfect in a marriage. You Fefails always want to make yourself seem innocent. If that man is cheating, then maybe take a good look at yourself, because the reason why.
This is why these kids are full
of
chaos.
Okay, so
Can't read,
when you
have
hear everything,
when
say your person, like they're, abusing you, I agree with that. I don't
say
disagree with that. But you can't force someone else to stay either. If that person does not want to stay and they decide to leave, then you're a single mom.
Yeah, that's the point. That you BOK Fefails are the ones choosing this and destroying the BOK community. That's literally a point.
If the BLK man is choosing to be an adulterer, then there is no way that his wife is a reflection of him unless she herself is also doing that same action.
It is a reflection of her because clearly she didn't vet the man properly. There's a saying, once a cheater, always a cheater. People don't just wake up and become cheaters, okay? essentially that man was always a cheater. And it's only two ways. Either she didn't vet properly or she chose to overlook the red flags. But that man was checking out Nyash way before you entered the marriage, way before you was in a relationship. In your relationship, out your relationship, the man wanted to clap cheeks. That never changed. I don't know where you Fefails think men just magically just change and start clapping cheeks.
Well, one thing that hasn't changed is that men are very lustful and are easily tempted by anything.
Okay, then. I mean, you're still proving my point. That's the point, is that if you chose to be the man that's lustful, then really you have to take a look at, did you actually vet this person properly, or did you think this person was going to be faithful to you?
All men are lustful.
That's not
part
true.
of their nature.
So if you
Not all men are lustful, because other marriages are succeeding. So clearly they're not.
But Rems, even if let's run with that though, because if they really truly believe that all men are lustful, then why are you giving access to these men who were getting up and leaving you? Why?
Like you don't predict the future. That's not how it works.
She just said it above. She said she knows all men are lustful. So if you know that, if you know these things,
okay, men will tell you that they only approach a woman because they want to have schmecks with a woman. And men will say that's all men. Men are only interested in women for schmecks.
But it goes, okay, it still goes back to Inspector's point. Why are you opening your legs to these men then? I mean, if these
I'm
men,
not opening my legs.
I'm not
to
talking
no
about
men.
you. I'm talking about these Fefails. You're abstinent because you was in the streets.
No, I'm abstinent because that's what I choose to be.
Yeah, because a lot of men ran through and you realized they were lustful and never married you.
Well, you're just making assumptions.
Oh my goodness!
I'm not. That's what these celibacy journeys talk about. Let's be honest. Why are you telling us? I'm not assuming. Who wakes up one day and says I'm abstinent? Who wakes up one day and says I'm abstinent? What? You have to announce it. Like, why don't you just keep your legs closed? Why is it an announcement? Why is it an announcement?
Say that to somebody who's saying that they're opening their legs.
Hold on.
That's who says it.
Yeah, let me tell you something, right? A woman who doesn't sleep with men recklessly doesn't have to be abstinent. She just keeps her legs closed. It doesn't have to be titled. And that's how I know your community box. Because it's so new to you that you actually need to title it. It should already be a part of you.
It's not new to me. It's
it clearly is.
That I practice.
Why do you need to practice it? Why do you need to practice it? Why do you need to practice keeping your legs closed?
It's something. It's called.
Why do you need to practice to keep your legs closed?
It's called self-discipline.
It's called you love the streets and you had to practice to keep your legs closed.
Okay, you can have whatever opinion you think you know about me.
I know what I'm talking about. Okay, no pure woman talks about
what you know about yourself.
Yeah. Continue practicing.
That's just a choice that you made.
Yeah. Continue practicing not being in the streets.
Because let me.
I'm gonna.
It's when you know yourself.
I'm going to. Okay. Practice keeping your box closed. I'm gonna read out the super chat. Thank you, Derwin Walker. Sent $5 Remnant. Do that thing. Truth telling. Thank you. Do that damn thing. Thank you. I appreciate the support. Is it Unc Cause from the yard? Sent $199. Thank you. Thank you, Rising Phoenix sent $19.99. This woman just proved my point. The value being taught is by their mothers. This is why these kids are full of chaos. Can't read, have zero respect in our community, zero accountability. It's always the extreme case. Facts on facts. I don't think they realize they're just proving our point. But, it takes a while for these Fefails to catch up, I mean, let's be honest. Let's take a look at the stats. Thank you, Eric Jordan. Sent $2. Best thing you Fefails can do is not give out your nyash. I know it's the best thing they could do, and somehow they don't want to do it. What's the prompt? Maya, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, welcome. Can you please address the prompt?
As far as the prompt is concerned, I feel like it's one of the factors, but I can't agree and say that's like the main thing because there's a lot of things as far as like what's destroying the BLK community, but I do feel like what's in the prompt is correct as far as a part of it. But I also feel like there needs to be more accountability on the women's part because, like you said, I just feel like anytime well, I'm saying most of the time when a woman is in this predicament, it's always, oh, he did this, he did that, or something like that. But I don't have any children. I'm not a single mom. But if I was to get put in that position, the finger's getting pointed at myself because I allowed myself to get put in that position. So like I just don't agree with like, yeah, it takes two, but I have to allow access. We're not talking about DV, we're not talking about SA, we're not talking about those situations. Obviously we're not talking about that. We're just talking about two people having consensual sex. So I feel like once you sign up to do that activity, you're signing up as a risk to bring a child into this world, regardless if it's protected or unprotected. So you have to think about those things before you just casually have sex with whoever.
Yep. Angela, welcome. Can you please address the prompt? And then we can go to open panel. Angela, are you there? Okay, one more time. Angela, are you there? Okay, we're just going to go to open panel. Does anyone have anything to say? Because I always have something to say.
I have something to say. I feel
Go
like
ahead.
she mentioned just having casual sex. And
Smacks, please.
sometimes, smacks. And sometimes that's not the case. And that's what I keep trying to say. Like, you can be with that person, be in a relationship, into a marriage, do all the right things, and then you have your child. And then sometimes, you know what, it things don't work out and that party decides to walk away. Now you're a single mom. Sometimes it works out like that. I know you will say, well, I did all the things right and what happened, but sometimes that happens. So there is room for error, and that's what we're not seeing.
No, I understand that concept, but we're not talking about, because 9 times out of 10, when it comes to the single mom rate, these women were not married to begin with. So you really can't argue with, like, I get what you're saying, stuff does happen, but 9 times out of 10, these women were not married to begin with. So that's kind of not even an argument.
All right. Well, I'm speaking off on my behalf. I was married.
Yeah.
I understand your situation, but we're not talking about just one situation. We're talking about general population.
And to be honest,
Again,
and to be honest, Samantha, what you're talking about doesn't happen. Like not at high rates. Majority of Fefails are the ones initiate divorce. Majority of them are the ones who choose to destroy their homes. So what you're talking about, men leaving, is a minority. It's a very small group. It's so insignificant. There's no point even talking about it because it's such a small group. Majority of men stay in marriages, not the women.
But there are men that don't know how to decenter themselves, and they do not want the responsibility of having a family or even a child. Once they have a child and see that it takes a lot of their time and responsibility as well as money, they are no longer interested in that. That's why they go off to these other available women that doesn't care that this man is married or in a relationship with someone because they want his pockets.
Okay, you're telling me about what side chicks do. I mean, she knew, the reality is the wife knew that this is the man that clearly can get all the chicks. This is the kind of guy that clearly attracts type of chicks. You know, this is what they chose. You described a typical bop. Yeah. Bops do what they do. Like, I don't know what you want me to say. Like, bops just want a transactional interaction. I mean, surprise, surprise, she's a bop.
But isn't that the man's fault if he allows
Oh my goodness.
a side, like if he's allowing a side person involved and he knows he's married and taking away from his household financially and etc. Like that still falls back on the man.
No, because a lot of you females love cheaters. You love men that are tall. Tall men are more likely to cheat. You love men that have high body counts. You love the men that get all the females' attention. You won't go for the guy that has never had intercourse before. You won't go for the guy that's about average height. You won't go for the guy that's actually a good man, keeps his head down, doesn't need to drive a nice car to get women's attention. You females go for all the typical lustful men. This is what you want.
Lady, that is a straw
Well,
man
majority of them are
argument.
lustful anyway. Majority of men
25%.
are lustful.
And not only that,
No,
but the
that's not
majority of
Especially the ones
you,
with the most money.
the
and
majority of you
careers.
don't
Exactly.
even know what it means to keep a man. You know, you don't even know
A
what it
man
means
has to
to.
want to be kept.
No,
You cannot keep nobody.
ma'am, if you're keeping your husband in a spexless marriage, I mean, it's kind of not rocket science as to why he stepped out, right? I mean,
You cannot
geez.
keep someone who does not want to be kept, sweetie. That doesn't make no sense what you're
Exactly.
doing.
You have to want to be kept in order to be kept.
No,
Other
you
than
just
that,
don't understand what your vows are. That's the problem. You don't know what that means,
These
right?
females, the only ones that don't know how to keep a man will say that. That's why Asians are doing far more better than you. That's why Asians are succeeding, because not only do they understand that the type of man that they want, they also understand how to keep the man that they want. You females will never comprehend that. That's why you have the lowest marriage
Asians
rate.
don't marry.
That's why you
most
have the lowest
Asians-
marriage rate.
Most Asians don't get married until their 30s and 40s. They stay single.
And guess it has nothing to do with age. It's about their mentality.
I'd have to see the stats on that because I don't know if that's true.
Yeah, I don't know
I
if
thought
that's
in
true
Asian
either.
culture, yeah, they get married.
Most
at young
Asians don't
ages.
get married until their 30s or 40s. They stay
No.
single. They go to they
that is
educate
not-
Where are you getting
themselves.
that? Where are you getting that stat from?
They
Where are
get
you
their
getting it from?
education.
No,
Out your
shall
ass?
I tell you how that's I know that's not true, because majority of Asians do arranged marriage. They're not doing arranged marriage at 30 years old. That's not happening.
Then you all need to.
They're
You all
not.
need to do a current
Majority
search right now
of majority of Asians do arranged marriage.
Okay, so you just said it. That's why. That's why they have such a great marriage history or whatever you were saying. Because they have arranged marriages.
Yeah, but it's
BLK
still-
community, do we have arranged marriages?
Yeah,
No.
because you females want your nyash to arrange the marriage. That's why. Let's be real. Sorry. Let's be real. You want your nyash to arrange it. You don't want your father involved. You don't want your mother involved. You don't want your elders involved. You want your nyash involved.
My wife
There's a
divorced me
difference.
because she wasn't happy. Fefails.
Did anybody look it up?
No. I don't believe you. You can believe that in your own mind. It's okay.
Where's the source to that?
That's what I said, Maya.
I don't
That's
need
what I was
to.
asking.
I don't
I'm
need
like,
to argue that illogical statement.
that's crazy.
Asians are
But at the
very,
end of the
very
day, I
traditional.
mean-
They're very, very traditional.
yeah.
Do you know a lot of Asians
Right,
as
but
well?
it's arranged
A lot of
marriage.
a lot of Asians as well. They get married young, and they will live their life before they have children.
Right. They also
Okay.
don't sexualize themselves like a lot of women in the BLK community do.
Facts.
The same.
Facts on facts.
I can't even argue with that.
They don't sexualize themselves even close to how you females do. They don't sexualize themselves at all. At all. You females thrive. And it's funny how they love to talk about lustful men. You love to talk about lustful men. Meanwhile, you females are just as lustful.
I think that
You females are just as lustful.
I think that
every
ladies,
BOK
no matter what,
every
no
BOK
matter where
females
their
page I
background
go
is
on,
from,
every
they are
BOK.
using themselves as that nowadays.
Sorry, say that again.
I said most of these ladies out here are sexualizing themselves more than anything nowadays.
Well, don't worry,
I am indifferent than that.
they're gonna
I
get
don't do that.
they're gonna get on the abstinence journey just like you. They're gonna get there too. They're gonna reach a place where they're gonna get on the abstinence journey and practice how to be pure. Don't worry, they're on the same. They're gonna get exactly where you are. So that time is coming. It always comes for these females.
Well, you know what? That it will come to that time because I'm actually a leader and people do look up to me. This isn't something new to me.
They wouldn't look up to a traditional women. That's why they have the highest single mom rate. Of course they're gonna look up to you.
What do you lead in? Explain what you're leading in, please. Please. Go ahead. Oh, are we quiet now? I mean, I just heard you say you're a leader, so I figured you could explain.
I am.
So then explain.
I don't have to explain myself to you. You can stand. And follow me, and
that's
you'll
what
see.
I thought. That's what I thought.
Follow me, and you'll see.
Oh, please, no one's following you, so they can be degenerate like you. No, thank you.
I'm not a degenerate.
I don't understand. It doesn't even make sense. Why would you say you're a leader and you don't want to tell people what you lead? I mean, it's not good advertising, really, is it?
I don't have to advertise.
So why you tell us that you're a leader? Doesn't even make any sense.
Right.
Why don't you just keep that to yourself?
Because I can do whatever I want to do.
Well, that's why you're in an abstinence journey.
And that's why you're single at what, 40?
Because that's what you've been doing. You've been doing whatever you wanted to do with the nyash, and that's why now you're on an abstinence journey. And you're trying to lead the same. You're trying to lead the same females on the same journey that you're in.
I'm not a woman. I'm not a woman who chase after men. So
yeah, like I believe that, right?
I don't chase men.
Yeah,
ask them. They'll tell you.
Yeah, every single female says that. Every single female says that. Even these single moms said that once upon a time until they popped out a baby.
She's very comedic.
The thing is, it's the truth. Because you females will call men lustful, but you BOK females are just as lustful. You have the highest STD rate. BOK females have the highest STD rate and the highest AB rate, and you have the nerve to call men lustful?
In what country?
In the UK and in the US.
Okay, so in what other country?
Jamaica.
And what other country?
South Africa. That's a fact.
Continue.
That's a fact.
Continue, because as a fact of it is that who has the largest race?
What?
There are more BLK people than there are any other.
So because there's more
we are
of you,
the majority, we're not the minority.
So because there's more of you, that's why you have the most STD rate. Really? Like, really listen to what you're saying. Let's slow that down. Are you saying because there's more of you?
The thing is that you're so focused on BLK and we outnumber everybody.
So because you outnumber everybody, it's why you're more likely to get gonorrhea.
No, I wouldn't say that.
Well, that's what the stat says. The stat says you're more likely to get all of these diseases. So,
which stat is that?
Go do your research.
What stat are you speaking on?
Go do your research.
No, what stat are you speaking on?
Go do your research. You're here to prove me wrong. If you don't know, then you just don't know. It means. Do you know what it means? Do you know what it means? It means you need to go do your own research.
I always research.
Like, for example, when you told me about the Asians, I didn't have to fact check that because I knew it was an outright lie.
That's not a lie.
When she said about they getting married at a certain age, no.
Well, did you go and check it?
I don't need to check that because that's an outright lie.
You're just assuming.
It's not assuming. You need to understand, right? They have the highest. They have the highest. Hold on. They have the highest.
Not to get married.
They have the highest marriage rates. Okay, they have the lowest divorce rate. They are the most educated. You need to understand, like, they're not like you Fefails. They are on a whole different wavelength. They think about family. They think about tradition. They're not going to wait until their 30s like you Fefails. They're not doing that. They're not, or they wouldn't be succeeding the way they are. They're very calculated people. They're very, very calculated. They take their time serious. That's why, do you think it's a coincidence they're very good at maths? Numbers make you, when you
technology.
When you understand numbers, you understand how to predict reality as well. Oh, look, she dropped. Don't want to hear that truth.
Who dropped? Was it the leader who dropped?
No, the leader's still here.
Oh, okay.
When you understand maths, you can, to some extent, you can be able to predict the future. Like, mastering maths really helps you analyze, process information, helps you predict certain things. Like, they are calculated. They're not like BLK Fefails. They're very different to you guys on every scale. Very, very different. So people that are that calculated are not going to wait in their 30s to get married and have children.
Yeah, I don't understand what it is that they're leading at other than clapping cheeks. But maybe that's besides me. I don't know. I just think that, you know, it's so easy for them to say that they're leading, but I mean, why is the BLK community the highest demographic of single mothers? I mean, you're leading there. That's for sure.
Yeah, I'll be embarrassed to call myself a leader, and then the BLK Fefails have the highest single mom rate. You know you failed. You know you failed when they can't. You know you failed when you have the highest single mom rate and you want to call yourself a leader. That doesn't even make any sense. Like where is this leadership succeeding? Anywhere? Like where are we seeing your leadership? To degeneracy? Okay, so I'm going to quickly do the super chats and then let the new panelist on. Okay, Rising Phoenix sent $4.99 US. Lady, that is a straw man argument. B-dubs are married only at 25%, yet the single mum rate is at 73% in the US. No married men aren't leaving. Oh, geez. It's not good look. It's not looking good, bruv. Thank you, Eric Jordan sent $2 US. My wife divorced me because she wasn't happy. Fefail. Yeah, a lot of these Fefails, you know, it's funny because married women are the happiest. They think leaving the marriage is gonna somehow going to alleviate them. But really what happens is you find out you are the problem. The reason why you aren't happy is not because of the man, it's because The reason why you aren't happy is because you haven't taken enough time to actually fix your flaws and take accountability where you go wrong. You Fefails think men are God to somehow change your eternal problems. Thank you, Eric Jordan sent $2. A leader, I can see why your marriage ended in divorce. Well, facts on facts. Okay. So who do we have here? We have Key.
Hi guys, how are you guys doing this evening?
Yes, welcome. Can you please address the prompt?
Single moms destroying the Black community.
Yes, be okay, please.
I agree. Didn't I say that? B-O-O, you want me to say be okay?
Yes,
be okay,
thank you.
yes, I agree. I think it's a little, it's a deep reason to why that is, and it's to poverty. Guys, please forgive me. Sometimes I struggle with aphasia. I believe it's due to poverty, and a lot of Black girls, they grow up in abusive households. No, they don't feel loved, so they go out and get pregnant thinking that the baby is going to love them unconditionally. So they know what they're doing when they go in the bedroom. They know that when they come out that bedroom, they have a high chance of being pregnant.
That's interesting.
Do they know that's a road of destruction? Yeah, they kind of know that that's a road to destruction. The problem with that is our government have a safety net under them. But if we take that safety net from up under them, then a lot of them wouldn't come out that room pregnant. So I got married right out of high school. So my husband and I, we don't have any outside children, and we didn't want that. We wasn't interested in broken homes or anything like that. Our parents didn't come from a broken home. So we saw that destruction, in the community. And neither one of us wanted that. So, and I'm not trying to throw out any life rafts to people that's out there drowning. But I do understand that they're broken. So, and I blame the government for putting too many safety nets under them. And I do know when our community back is against the wall, they will rise. So I wish the government will snatch some of those government programs back, and Black women wouldn't find themselves 10, 20 years down the road saying no man want to marry them. No man is interested in them because of something they did when they were 17 or 20 years old.
Okay, you are speaking facts. Just try and crash land, please.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay, so that's pretty much all I wanted to put into it. So thank you.
Okay, thank you. I agree. A lot of these Fefails love to trauma dump on their pitneys. Facts on facts. Okay, so what do we have? Retired dreams? Welcome. Can you please address the prompt?
Yes, I don't really know if I have, the authority to really speak on this issue.
Speak your mind.
Thank you. And I'm not trying to be biased or anything, but, the men here, especially where I live in California, there's a culture where they just kind of, for lack of a better term, want to be players. They get what they need from several different women, and in several different communities. And when the women are giving what they need, there's no reason for them to commit. There's no reason for them to get married. And for some reason, the women just give them whatever they need, including a credit card, pay their bills. I don't know where this came from. I'm 50 years old, so it wasn't like that when I was younger, but I've watched it get worse.
Okay, retired. Sorry, but there's an echo coming on your end. I'm not sure why.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know.
Maybe you have speakers on, Bluetooth on.
It is on speaker, yes.
Okay, try and disconnect it from the speaker.
Okay, hold on one second. Oh, actually, it's not on speaker. Can you hear me better? Oh, well. If it's still echoing, I apologize. And
Yeah, it's good now. It's good. Yeah.
oh, it is? Okay. So yeah, so that's my observation, you know. It's just it is very difficult to find that. Now I am a single mom. My son's 19. I wasn't with his father. And I currently have a boyfriend. We've been together for about 4 years, and we've had this conversation before, you know, and I asked him, so why are all these men not wanting to commit? You know, what's going on? And he was really honest with me, and he feels like there's been an attack on men. You know, so I can see both sides of it. There's an attack on men, calling them toxic, not allowing them to be a man, not allowing them to be the head of household, you know, overriding parental decisions, you know, so they feel like they've been pushed out of the home.
Okay, it's open panel. I mean, I understand what you're saying, but it's like you started off saying that, hey, a lot of these men are basically players, don't want to be committed. But then in the other side of things, you're also saying that a lot of these Fefails are not submissive and won't allow the man play a role in their children's life. So is it like, are you 50-50? Is that what you're essentially saying?
No, I think it's the same issue. I think it's a snowball effect. It's a ping pong back and forth. It's a cause and effect. And so one thing causes the other, and it snowballs out of control to the point where the man and the woman aren't trying to come together to create a family unit. They're using excuses to push each other farther away from each other.
But this is where I'm confused. Why would you want to create a family with a player? Well, why would you want to come together with a person that clearly doesn't care about commitment?
Right, and they don't. They don't want to be with somebody like that. I'm talking like in general terms. You don't want to be with someone like that. But as a woman, you're looking around at all these different men out there, and one after another seems to be a player. And so it's really hard. And then from the man's perspective, their reason or excuse.
How is it hard to not find a player?
California is pretty difficult.
I'm in Southern California, and I've been married for 9 years. It's not difficult, Remnant.
Yeah, I find it hard to believe to struggle to find a man that is loyal and not a player.
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess it just depends on everyone's individual experience. You know, that's been my experience, and with the people around me, my friends and family.
Well, they say, you know, birds of the same feather flock together. Maybe all of you just love men that are players. Maybe you love the bad boy. It's not that majority of men are bad boys. Maybe it's that you and your Fefail friends love a bad boy mentality, love a bad boy lifestyle, and love a bad boy in bed.
Yeah. Absolutely, because they see it's they think that these men are Build-A-Bears. You know, they want to take them, and they think they can turn them into honest, loving men. And it's just, you can't do that. And even so much to the point that they think having a child is going to trap this man or change this man. Little do they know, that's not what happens. What happens is you end up setting zero structure, zero foundation for your child. And then you want to know why they're on smugs, or why they're incarcerated, or why they end up being just another statistic. And it's sad. It's really sad.
Absolutely, I agree. It is sad. I feel like it's been kind of out of control a little bit, you know. Like I said, my boyfriend and I had this conversation, and I mean, he's a great guy, you know, but we're also looking around at our family and our friends surrounding us. You know, and we both have biases. You know, he has some biases against women, and I have some biases against men. as hard as that is to admit, it's the truth. And so him and I do have these open conversations about this. And even though I don't want to hear sometimes what he has to say, I'm listening, because it's not the first time I've heard men really feeling like they are being attacked. The last 10, 15, 20 years, they're not able to really be a man. They're told they're toxic. Their masculinity is toxic, and they need to become more feminine, and they need to relax.
Their masculinity, not to cut you off, but their masculinity isn't toxic. And every woman in the world love a bad man. Just like every man in the world love a hot tamale. We just know we don't go down the aisle with that person or go in the bedroom. They're they're good to look at, but that road is going to lead you down somewhere you don't want to go. So, but men, masculinity isn't I hate when I hear women say that men masculinity is toxic. What do you want, a docile man? No, man. Nobody really respects the docile man. He doesn't have a bark in him. So no man, I wouldn't want my husband if he was all, not to be coming down on Mr. Rogers, but no man, no woman would be like, that's who I pick. I pick Mr. Rogers. We want the heavyweighters. So we want something that's gonna, protect us and be a warrior.
Exactly.
So, that masculinity, that toxic masculinity stuff, didn't build kingdoms.
Right.
So you want a man that's gonna look at America, how powerful America is. Look how powerful China, all the major countries are. You don't want a country that's weak.
Absolutely, I agree. But there are those people out there and narratives that have keep pushing that on men. I'm not saying I agree with it at all. Like I totally disagree with it. But they keep hearing this stuff over and over again. And when you hear something, repeatedly, psychologically, you are, even if you say you don't believe it, it's going to start becoming part of you. If someone calls you fat or, whatever, even if you are a very strong person, it's going to affect you at some point.
Wait, can we hone in on the whole Mr. Rogers things? What's wrong with Mr. Rogers?
I couldn't think of a docile man that everyone would know, so that's why I said his name. And I'm not sure if he was docile or not, but I just looked at I was just going off his calm demeanor.
I don't know who Mr. Roger is. I'll be honest.
He's the train guy, right? Does the cartoons for the kids, I believe.
Yeah. He passed a few years ago. He was very popular if you grew up in the 80s or 90s. He was a children's. He had a children's television show on the public.
Okay. I thought he was a very genuine man,
he's
and a wonderful man.
I'm just saying,
a wonderful man at that, because he helped with the imagination of children, and he encouraged that.
I wasn't talking about him as for say. I was talking about his.
Well, you said docile, but I still don't see what's wrong with the man being docile. It goes along with being stoic, and I don't see a problem with a man being that way. I really don't.
If you were walking through the woods, do you want a docile man to lead you through that woods, or do you want a warrior?
What about being docile is going to tell you that he's not willing to protect his woman? You would have to explain that to me.
Which one? Just stick to that. Which one do you want? If I give you two options, you get a docile man to get you through this woods, or you can get a warrior.
Every woman essentially wants
my question. Thank you.
I'm trying to answer it, ma'am. What I'm trying to point out is this whole toxic masculinity crap, these buzzwords that you women like to use, and then in the same sentence you want to say that you wouldn't want a docile man, but it doesn't make any sense to me. We want protectors, exactly. Yes, we do, but a nice man.
That doesn't mean that he's not. Just because he's a warrior doesn't mean he's not nice. Because you're a warrior doesn't mean you're an evil person.
What's the definition of docile? Go ahead. You
You can
use
look
the
it up.
term. You use the term first.
You can look it up.
You use the term
You can
first,
look
so
it
I
up.
would hope that you would know
You
what
can
the
look it
meaning
up.
of docile
You can look it
is.
up.
Okay, so you don't
Calm
know.
demeanor.
Got it.
Calm
So
Okay,
you
demeanor.
why don't you just
Calm
answer?
demeanor.
Why don't you just okay? Why don't you hold on, hold
I
on?
just gave you the
Why
information.
don't you just
Calm
tell us what it
demeanor.
means? Since you
I
did
just
use
told
the
you.
word, what does it
I
mean?
said calm demeanor.
That's not what it means. It doesn't mean calm
It
demeanor.
does.
That's not what it means.
It does.
No,
Okay.
it doesn't. It's not what it means.
Okay. Well, it may not be. It may not be the full definition of it, but that's what the character is.
No, being calm and docile is two different things.
Okay. Well, I don't want to. Okay. Well, I wouldn't want to go through the woods with someone that's submissive. I would prefer to go through the woods with a warrior.
Okay, by definition, docile.
We don't bring.
Docile
Never mind.
is a person, animal, or population that is quiet, gentle, and easily managed or controlled.
Okay, and you want to go through the woods with someone that's that way?
But there are good man and Cali.
A man who can submit, and I know, Rems, I know you don't want me bringing this into it, but a man who submits to the Lord is absolutely docile, and that is a man who can provide structure, protection, and leadership to a woman. So again, your point of proving out that you don't want a docile man makes no sense to me.
Okay.
Well, you're talking about a hierarchy.
I already have a husband, so why would I be looking for a man that's either one of those definition? I already have a husband. I'm not looking for a man.
For once, I'm left a bit speechless. I'll be very honest with you.
Why say it? Because because you guys went down that road. That's whoever this guy is in the comment. I wasn't using it to go into definition. I was just using it for a character. You guys went that deep down into it. I guess you were trying to find something to run with. So that's why I used it.
I understood what you were saying.
Okay, we understand the definition. Okay, I think I understand both of you. I understand what Inspector's saying, because a lot of Fefails will call any man docile that just doesn't agree with them. They'll call any man feminine who doesn't agree with them. They'll call any man fruity who doesn't agree with them. So when we're using these buzzwords like narcissist, are we really using that word from the dictionary definition, or are we using that word emotionally to describe what we don't like about this person or a particular behavior?
Well, who said narcissist?
No, it's a buzzword that a lot of Fefails use. I was just using that as an example. Now, I don't know Mr. Roger. I don't know Mr. Roger, right? But as everyone explained, he is someone that did shows for children. So I understand. Wait, hold on. So when you take a look at that, what makes him docile?
I wasn't talking about him.
I know, but it wasn't. Hold on, it was an example. So so I get why Inspector is responding to that, because it's a man doing his job. It's a man who's just doing children's show. So what about that image makes him docile? What about that image makes him easily controlled?
It wasn't him. It was the character that he played. I don't know who
but
he is
his
in real
character
life.
was for children, though, from what you told me, right?
Yes.
So then,
it was a
what
character.
does? All right, then. So what does that make him docile? I get why Inspector is combating that, because it doesn't actually make sense. This is a man that does children's show. Hold on, this is a man that does children's show. So how is a man who plays a character for children now docile?
Because it's a character that he's playing. It's not who he is in real life. I was comparing, if I'm going through a woods, but I want to go through the woods with someone that's a warrior or someone that's docile. And since we all don't know the same human beings, I use Mr. Roger as a character that has a calm demeanor.
Yeah, but calm demeanor is not. This is why Inspector is combating you, because that doesn't make sense. Someone that has a calm demeanor doesn't mean they're docile.
Okay, well then,
masculine men. If you really think about it, a masculine man is not going to be as emotional. That's a calm man. So calm does not reflect docile. So I don't know how you're saying someone that has I don't know how you're conflating docile with calm demeanor. It's two different things.
Well, then, when I said calm demeanor, and you guys didn't know who would fit the character, is the reason why I said Mr. Rogers. Since you couldn't think of someone on your own, and we don't know all the same people, it's why I've named basically a fictional character. Mr. Rogers is a fictional character. He's not a real person. He's a person on the television. So that's why I said him. And I said, I didn't even give you an idea of a warrior. You just automatically knew what warrior was. I didn't even put a name on a warrior. But you automatically knew what a warrior was.
I understand what the word docile means. It just seems like you're just using that word to describe what you think it means. And I think this is what a lot of women and Fefails do.
I was just using...
I think this is what a lot of you do, because you keep saying a man that has a calm demeanor. This is why Inspector said stoic men, because a man that's stoic is going to have a calm demeanor. Does that mean he's docile? A man that doesn't respond to you, he's going to have a calm demeanor. Does that mean he's docile?
Well, do you want to go through a war in the woods with a submissive man?
That's not what we're saying. What I'm saying is what you're describing and what you've kept describing is not a docile man. You kept saying calm demeanor. I don't know who Mr. Roger is. I don't know. Okay. You're talking about a character.
So like I said,
you're talking
exactly,
you're talking about a character, but at the same time, you're talking about calm. So I understand the conflation. It just seems like a lot of you Fefails like to describe things that you probably just don't really know.
No, if you don't know the character, then you wouldn't know the comparison.
I don't need to know the character, because when he keeps using the word calm, it conflates the word docile. That's the truth.
That's what I'm saying. You don't know the character. So since you don't know the character,
what I'm saying. Outside of the character,
you wouldn't want to go through the woods with that character.
I understand, but outside of the character, when you described docile as a calm demeanor, it's completely incorrect.
Well, I said
so it does kind of come across like you don't know what you're talking about.
It's not completely
incorrect. It's not completely.
It is incorrect. Being calm has nothing to do with being docile. There's nothing to do with being docile.
I said calm demeanor.
Yeah, calm demeanor has nothing to do with being a calm demeanor has nothing to do with being docile. Nothing.
Yeah, it does.
No, it doesn't.
Somebody who's submissive can be calm. Yeah.
No, just because you're calm, that doesn't even make any sense. That's so dumb to say. Just because you're a calm person doesn't mean you're submissive. A calm person really just someone that's not emotional. What are you talking about?
No, that's not true.
Well, if you are calm, then you're not really emotional. Let's be honest.
Thank you.
It is hold on. I read the definition. The definition here says a person that is quiet, gentle, and easily managed or controlled.
What does gentle mean?
That's nothing to do with calm. Being gentle doesn't mean you're a calm person.
Continue to read. No, I'm just saying. Since you're reading, explain gentle. Continue.
Okay, then. So you want me to give you the definition of gentle?
Since you're reading it, then describe what it says.
Gentle means having or showing a mild, kind, or tender temperament or character.
Now continue reading the rest of docile.
Easily managed or controlled.
I'm saying when you're explaining what something means, you're supposed to break it down step by step.
I did. I've been reading it over and over again, step by step. I don't know. You're the one that used this word, and somehow you're struggling to even understand
it.
I'm not talking about the character anymore. I never spoke about the character. I never spoke about the character. So outside of the character, being calm doesn't mean docile. That's all I'm saying. And this is what you Fefails do. You conflate words.
Okay, you don't know the difference. You don't know what I was comparing it to.
Calm literally means a state of freedom from agitation or excitement or disturbance. It refers to being peaceful. So what are you talking about?
And who was Mr. Rogers? Was he not peaceful?
So are you saying being peaceful now means you're docile? Like, what are we talking about here?
Yes.
That's no, that's dumb
like I
now.
said,
No,
you didn't understand. You didn't understand the character.
No, we're going. This doesn't make any sense. You just be honest. Just say you don't.
That's because
you don't know what you're talking
just
about.
because you don't know the character.
Just say you don't know what
no,
you're talking
you just
about.
don't know the character.
Just say you don't know what you're talking about. Just say that.
No, you don't know.
Just
yes,
say you don't know what you're talking about. Just say what you don't know what you're talking about.
You don't know what you're talking
you
about.
You literally said being peaceful
I just
is being
repeated
docile.
what you just told me to say.
You said being peaceful is being docile. How does that even make any sense?
I just repeated what you said.
So are you saying a man who wants peace is a weak man?
You don't know what you're talking
about. I'm asking you a question. Are you saying that a man who wants peace is a weak man?
That's not what I said.
You literally did though, because you said a man who's peaceful is docile.
That's what she's saying. And another thing about men being submissive, she keeps throwing out, men aren't supposed to be submissive, but last time I checked, men are still men still have to be submissive to the law. They still have to follow laws. They still have to follow structure. They have to follow everything the same way we do as women. They still have to submit in the same way. They might not submit to you in your marriage, which is appropriate, right? But that doesn't mean that they're not submitting to other things, such as God, as the example I gave earlier. So so you're not making any sense, Kima. And as a married woman,
I don't know what you're talking about.
I understand what she's saying.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes. No, I think the whole point is what she's saying is, what she's saying is, do you want a man that can protect you? Okay, maybe the cop comes up and the man has to be submissive to the cop in that moment, right? But when the cop leaves, that man is going to make sure that that entire property is protected. Everyone has their guns. You're ready to go. You have your alarm system, your cameras ready. The man is going to take care of that stuff. They're going to be the protector.
Okay, listen, I understand that.
Alive. That's what she's saying. I wouldn't want Mr. Rogers doing that, because Mr. Rogers is a little docile man.
I'm not talking about Mr. Rogers. I'm just, like I said, I'm not talking about Mr. Rogers. I'm not talking about Mr. Roger. Like I said, I don't know him or his character. But what came out your mouth is that a man who is calm is docile.
That's not
and
what,
then
that's
when
not
we
what
look
I
up,
said.
and then when we look up the word docile, when we look up the word calm, it really means a man that is at peace. He's not easily agitated. That's not someone that's not docile. That's all I'm saying. Just don't conflate.
That's not what I said.
No. You kept saying docile is calm and the other. So I'm just saying I'm just saying let's not conflate the two. Okay, I don't know who Mr. Roger is. I don't really care about Mr. Roger. I'm just saying if we are going to use these words, let's use them appropriately. That's all I'm saying. Okay, because a lot of times we can use these words and you don't really know the definition of it. Be real.
Let's agree that it's not a synonym and get back to the point of a woman wants a man to protect her.
Well, to some extent, yes, they do. But a lot of these Fefails think with their nyash. So I don't think you Fefails want the traditional man that you say you do. Because if they did, then would it be single moms? So it's nice on paper, right? It's nice. It sounds nice. It sounds like you want the protector. It sounds like you want the masculine man. It sounds like you want the man to take the lead and take control. But you Fefails will spread your legs open for very little. You won't actually submit to a man that is traditional. So it's one thing when you Fefails say that, but it's another thing when you actually don't live by that standard. So no, I don't think you Fefails want that.
10 minutes ago I said that, and I said also that it's a ping pong. It goes back and forth, and it's a snowball effect. So the women are acting stupid, and the men act stupid too, and then you come up with a society where all these kids are left, with one parent.
No, it has nothing to do with the men, because you Fefails choose to keep the baby. You Fefails have way more control of when you can get pregnant, if you want to keep the pregnancy, or if you want to get rid of it. You Fefails have more control even before you have intercourse.
Is different. Every single situation is different. Now you're the one who's conflating women on Earth.
It's not that every situation is different. It's that there are women out there who are just a little bit more intelligent than others. It's not about every situation is different. Is everyone's majority of women's body works and functions the same to some extent, right? Unless you have illness or a disorder, we're talking about a normal working, functioning body. Okay, women's bodies are the same. So the reality is, it's not about situation. Is are you actually using your brain or are you using your nyash?
I don't know what a nyash is.
It's what's between your legs.
My vagina?
Oh, goodness me. Don't use that word, please.
Why?
Because you have to abbreviate words that are
restricted.
sexual, anything to do with race or negative.
Oh, will TikTok ding us?
Wait, isn't the woman at the top a failed woman? Isn't she a single mom? I'm confused.
Are you talking about me?
Yes.
Read my dreams. Okay. Oh, I'm glad you asked. Thank you, because we were just lectured a minute ago saying that all these women decide to they have a choice and they can have an abortion or whatever.
Or AB, please.
Like I said, every single situation is different. When me and my ex got pregnant, we chose to have a baby, and our relationship didn't work out. A year after the baby was born. So that was it. So I was a single mom, yes.
So
was I using my brain?
He was good enough to clap your cheeks.
My degree in psychology, was I using that? I don't know.
Got it. Good enough to clap cheeks, not good enough to marry. Got it.
What's crazy is you have another man clapping your cheeks. That's not even the child's father.
No.
How do you have time for a boyfriend?
19. You want me to not have sex for 19 years?
Say smacks. What, is it over 18?
My son is 19.
Oh, okay. All right, then. Yeah, the streets have been calling you.
Yes, the streets of the university. That's right.
I mean, the pitney is over 18.
I wish my life was that exciting. Jeez. Thank you.
So, hey,
Oh, jeez.
But yeah, it's just interesting that you would say that as a single mom. But the reality is you chose, but you just admitted you chose that. You chose to be a single mom.
Yes, absolutely. I chose my sanity over somebody who wasn't worthy of being around us.
But he was worthy to put a baby inside you.
At the time, yes, he was.
And this is the point.
Circumstances changed.
No, circumstances didn't change. What the man? No,
Yes, they changed.
no, circumstances
They
didn't change.
absolutely
No, circumstances don't change.
yeah.
I don't
Yes,
know.
they do.
What did you expect? Like you planned a baby with no ring on your finger, and somehow in your mind you think circumstances changed?
Are we talking about marriage now, or we switch subjects?
I mean, I understand you don't actually have any standards for yourself or that child. That's why you made that stupid plan to begin with.
I get it. So you're argumentative on here just to get.
I'm not being
views.
argumentative. I'm just being honest with you. You
Well,
don't like it.
You argued over the definition of a freaking word. I mean, come on now. You said
Yeah, because people have to use it. Because people have to use words properly. Don't get upset with me because you're a single mom and you plan to be a failure.
you knew.
That's not my fault.
Exactly.
You plan to
There
be
you
a
go.
failure. So that's not me. That's on you.
You're definitely not docile or calm.
And you're definitely a failed
accountability.
female.
Take accountability, lady. It's really not that hard.
Am I not taking accountability for
Especially
my
if
life?
you're a mother. No, you should
Really?
take accountability for setting your child up for failure.
Failure? He's in fucking air traffic control school.
No
He's doing
swearing.
great.
Clearly.
His mom
Yeah,
is
you were
very
able to
good
give him
at it.
everything but not a full-time father, right?
What?
What?
Say again.
I said you was able to do all of that but not give him a father.
Oh, he has a great stepfather now. Yeah.
Stepfather, please. The man that's clapping your cheeks. You're not married to this man. What are you talking about? That's your boyfriend.
What
He's
country
committed
are
to
you
your nyash, not you. What are you talking about, stepfather? Do you even understand the
country
definition
are
of
you in?
words?
What type of property do you own?
What do you mean, what type of property do I own? How many men have been clapping your cheeks?
You're talking about
How many men have been
legalities?
clapping your cheeks? When you tell me how many men clap them cheeks, then I'll tell you.
Oh my god.
I know, right? That's what I think about your life. I don't
Immature.
know. I don't know how
Very
you failed as a
You're
whole
very,
YT.
very
You're a whole YT
immature.
woman, and you failed. You're immature.
You are very
Your
immature.
whole life
You
is
can't even have
immature.
an adult
Your choices that you made was
conversation.
immature.
You're
Who
probably
told
sitting
you?
here
Who
with
told you it was a good
17
idea to spread
kids.
your legs open with no ring on your finger?
Yep. Oh my god.
I know your whole community is ashamed of you. Because there's no way
Oh, yeah.
you as a YT female, every privilege you have,
You
you
know,
still
you
failed.
sound-
How do you fail with every
You
privilege in the
sound like
world?
one of
How?
those scammers.
How?
You sound like one of those
How do you
scammers that
fail?
goes
I'm
to
trying to understand
America
this logic.
and
How
tries
do
to, like,
you
get their
fail
credit
with
card
every privilege in the
information.
world? Like
You try to
how?
get their credit
Please
card
help me
information
understand
and then
this.
try to,
Help
like,
me
sneak into the
understand. Help me
computer
understand in the YT
and
failure.
get access
Help me
to their
understand in the
bank
YT
account.
failed
And then
realm
when you don't like
how
what
you
they
have
have to
every
say,
privilege in Western
you turn around
society
and start
and you still
barking like a
failed.
dog.
How?
And you go
How?
on and on and on.
I'm asking you a
Wait,
question.
It's entertainment.
But I'm asking you a
It's
question, though.
entertainment for you.
But I'm asking you a
This
question.
is conversation for someone who does not have intelligence.
Okay.
That is you. 100%.
That's fine. Can you answer my question,
Yeah.
please?
You should ban me.
How are you a YT woman with all the privilege in Western society and you still ended up being a failure?
Mm-hmm. What's your definition of a failure? Please tell me.
You.
Damn.
Oh my god. You guys
I don't know if I agree with it.
really are. This is the most immature conversation I've
Why
ever
can't you
had.
answer the question?
What was the question?
The question is how you as a YT female with all the privilege in Western
I
society.
don't know what that means. You're gonna have to give me a definition of what a YT FIFO. I don't know what the fuck that is.
Okay. A white failed female. Okay. You are a white failed female. How did you end up in that predicament with every privilege in Western society? How?
I am white.
Yeah,
I'm a
white. But
female,
say
I am
YT, please. But
privileged,
say YT.
And I am a total success.
How are you a
So-
total success when you're a single mom?
You got 3 out of 4. You're
3
doing
out of
good.
4.
You
Are
got
you
3 out of
serious?
4. Yeah. You got 3 out of 4. You're
Yeah,
good.
you're 304, maybe. Yeah,
I'm proud
yeah,
of
you're
you.
304. That's right.
You're
Yeah,
doing good.
You're 304.
Yeah.
But answer the
Yeah.
question. How
have
is
such
it? How
moral
is it?
high ground.
How
Where
is
did
it?
you
You
get
know?
this moral
Do you know?
high
Do you know in the YT community, right? You have the second highest marriage rate. What happened to you?
The second highest marriage
Yeah,
rate?
after Asians is YT women. What happened to you?
So
And
now you're on the
educated.
subject of
What happened to you?
marriage.
What happened to you? Why did you
this
fail
is what
so
happens
much?
when someone is failing and losing a debate, they skip around to different subjects. You know, you can't.
I'm
you
not
can't
skipping
go deep into one
around. I'm
subject.
asking you a question.
You don't like what I'm.
You
what
as a
I'm
YT,
saying to
you as a you're
don't
not answering
agree
the
what I'm
question.
saying,
You're struggling.
and so you're gonna freak out and just start, throwing insults everywhere just to get a bunch of freaking likes. On
I'm
the
just
stupid
asking you a
social
simple
media
question.
app.
YT women,
come
YT
on.
women
What
have the
time is it
second.
where you live
Hold
anyways?
on.
Is it 2
YT
o'clock in the
women,
morning?
you don't want to hear the truth. YT women have the second highest marriage rate. Okay, they are the second most educated. What happened to you? Because somehow
I am
you
educated.
failed. You're not
I'm
married.
educated.
You're
I
not
own
married.
3 businesses.
You're not
I own
married.
my own home,
You're a
my own
community
property.
box. What happened to
My
you?
son is very happy.
What happened to
People
you?
around me are
What happened to
extremely
you?
happy.
Why don't you have a husband?
They are. And
why? How
and
is
I
it?
have a man who is masculine
A
and
man who's
protects me,
masculine.
and who is willing to have these types of open conversations.
A man that's
with me
masculine.
without
That
screaming
man
at
doesn't
the
respect
top of
you.
his lungs.
That man doesn't respect you. That man's
Let me
clapping
guess,
your
you're
cheeks.
single.
That man
Your man
doesn't
doesn't get a
respect
word in,
you.
does he? Oh my god!
How
You're
did
giving
you
me
get to a
freaking
point?
headache, man.
You
I
are
need a
grown
fucking migraine
women.
pill, man.
No cursing. You sound like you're in your
Jesus.
30s and you got a boyfriend clapping your cheeks.
I'm 50.
Oh my days.
I was gonna say she's definitely
No, she's 50.
definitely older.
Yo.
Yeah.
How old are you?
You've reached a
How old
whole
are you?
you're way past menopause
I
and you
can
still
tell
have a
you,
boyfriend?
I can tell you I'm not 50 with my eggs dried up and no husband, that's for sure.
And that's what I'm talking about. Very, very immature conversation.
I'm sorry. It's like you
I
are
was actually
50 and
excited
you
to have
still
a
have a
conversation.
boyfriend clapping your cheeks.
I was excited to
like,
have a conversation with you guys because I thought you were talking about real issues.
we
I
are
do
talking
have a
about
degree in
real issues.
psychology
Look at
as
your
well,
life. Your life
and
is
I
an
was
issue.
going to add to the conversation.
Your whole entire
but
life is
as
an
this
issue.
is going, all you want to do is argue.
Your whole life is an issue.
Everybody argue about semantics, about a stupid definition of a word. I mean, how rude can you be? So what? Even if she was wrong about the freaking word, who cares? Like, move on with the conversation.
Don't get upset because you failed. You failed. All your all the other YT women got husbands, got families. Meanwhile, you're getting your cheeks clapped at 50. I know you're embarrassed.
I feel so bad for
all
your
of your
husband.
YT community got husbands, and you're getting your cheeks clapped at 50. At 50. How are you still in the streets at 50?
In the streets?
Yeah, that's exactly where you're at. You're in the streets at 50. It means you're getting your cheeks clapped at 50.
Having sex? Is that what you mean?
Smacks, yes, your community box.
Wait, excuse me.
What's wrong with having sex?
Say smacks.
What's wrong with smacks?
Well, you should know. You should know you had a baby out of wedlock. I mean, see,
Wait,
one
can I ask a question?
one question I had
There's
for her
nothing wrong
is
with my
no,
son.
ma'am, sir. Have you apologized
But
to your
y'all,
child?
but I have a
Have you
question.
looked?
Is everybody in here
Have
black?
you-
Hold
have you
on,
looked-
no, not everyone is BOK. Can you
Y'all
just
are
let the people
shaming the
conversate?
parents.
No, because I just
Oh
want
my
to know,
goodness
Rems.
me.
I want to
Just
know if
wait,
she
just
if
let
she's looked her
Inspector
child.
ask, and then I can introduce the next panelist. Go ahead.
I want to know if she's looked her son in the face and apologized for not setting him up for success, but setting him up for failure. Because that's what she did by opening her legs prior to requiring the highest level of commitment from a man. She has set her son up for failure. So I just she ran.
Of course she left. Of course. She's a failed YT woman that her whole community is ashamed of. I know her father wish he had a son. You're 50 years old talking about boyfriend. Complete utter failure. She can't even, you have these Fefails, these YT Fefails, they can't even give me an excuse. You have no excuse to fail like this. Absolute none whatsoever. You're just a typical community box. That's what it is. You chose the streets. That's why you're still in it at 50. It was fine when I was talking about BLK Fefails until I started talking about you. Now it's a problem. Anyways, Jasmine, welcome. Can you please address the prompt?
Hi. Prompt says single moms are destroying the black community.
Yes, BLK.
Firstly, there's single moms in every community, not just the black community.
Say BLK, please.
There's single moms in every community, not just the BLK community. The Y as well have lots of single moms. To address this specifically for the black community screams internalized racism.
I'm saying say BLK. Oh my goodness me. Say BLK.
To BLK. And to shame the parents that stayed is wild. And I'm sure most of you here would probably be pro-life. When a lady decides to abort, it's going to be an issue. When she keeps it, it's going to be an issue. AB, it's going to be an issue. When she keeps it, it's going to be an issue. What do y'all want from women? Can you all leave black BLK women alone? There's single moms everywhere. Okay, what if there's a mom? Let's imagine there's a BLK woman who got married and then the man starts hitting her.
Oh,
do you want her to stay in a relationship?
Jasmine, we're not talking about Jasmine, we're not talking about victims, okay? We're not talking about men who harm women, please, okay? We're not talking about harming.
The entire prompt is giving internalized racism.
Okay, you keep saying the same thing. Okay, the reality is they failed, all right? And yes, every nation does have single moms, like that YT Fefails. She was a single mom and she's YT. But the difference between other nations and BOK is that BOK Fefails have the highest single mom rate. You have the highest single mom rate. You have the highest single mom rate. You have the highest single mom rate and the lowest marriage rate. So we can't even compare you when it comes to marriage, when it comes to single moms, because you Fefails thrive in degeneracy.
I don't understand.
When you stop, when you hold on, when you stop, when you stop pushing, hold on, when you stop pushing out these criminals, these 304s, these smackheads, these dealers, then we can stop talking about it. But you Fefails are the ones raising the worst part of society. Okay? The same people that everyone complains about, the same people that everyone's dealing with is these single moms who birth and breed them in society. So when you Fefails stop popping up pitneys, then I'll stop talking about it.
I think you're the
People get shamed for abortion, but if they don't have it,
don't use that word. You Fefails can do. You Fefails can do whatever you want with your body. Nobody cares at this point. You're degenerate anyways.
But you do care. You do care. You care what they do with your body.
Yeah, we just don't. What we don't want is degenerate children in the community. That's it.
They're going to be degenerate children regardless. Dad or not.
This is why you're destroying. This is why you're destroying. This is why you're destroying the community.
Even if she's single, she can still find a spouse later on in life.
Did anyone introduce you? What is wrong with you?
This is giving internalized misogyny.
You keep internalize. It sounds like you internalize D all your life.
No, I'm not like you.
Honestly, I'm not like you. Sound like you learnt one word and that's it. Okay,
you're a pick me.
Yes, okay, happily a pick me. I'd rather be a pick me than a single mom.
That's what you say from the get-go.
Yes,
that's what you say from the get-go.
I'd rather be a pick me than a single mom. Happily, okay, happily. Yes. Yes. Genuinely. Yeah. I'd rather be a pick me than spread my legs open and pop out degeneracy. It's
so
ill.
Like,
What's ill is that you just let D go inside you and he's not even your husband.
I'm not like you, ho. I'm not like you.
You definitely are a bop. You have bop mentality.
I'm not like your mom.
You sound like a bop. You talk like a bop.
I don't judge.
Of course you don't judge because you're a bop.
I don't judge.
Of course you don't judge. You're a bop. That's why you don't judge. You are a bop. Why would you judge? You're a bop.
I'm not a
Of course you're not gonna judge. You're a bop. You're a community bop. That's what you do. You're not going to judge. You're not going to judge. That's the point. That is the point. You are never going to judge. You're never going to shame because you are part of them. What don't you understand?
You'll never be white. Please love yourself, queen.
Oh, please. Look, I'm not gonna take advice from a bop, all right? Talk to somebody else about it. Go and advise your sisterhood. Go and advise other Fefails, okay?
You don't know.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Tell that lie to your mother and father, okay? They can believe that nonsense.
Your dad should have swallowed you.
Mm-hmm. Just like these single moms should have swallowed those pitneys as well. Okay, so Ashe, welcome. Ash, welcome. Can you please address you? Oh, before I do that, let me just read out the super chat. Okay, Rising Phoenix sent $4.99 US. Thank you. Man can't get anything unless she is given it. Player or not, she has to want to participate. That is the point. Accountability is I think you're saying mother effer? Facts on facts. Thank you, Eric Jordan sent $2 US. The cap, they are good men, and Cali, you ain't interested. I don't know much about Cali, but sounds like these Fefails are struggling to find a good man. Maybe the good men don't want you. That's why.
Pick me, bitch.
Okay, no swearing. Can we please? Men. Can we not swear? Try and abbreviate words. All right.
Just be picked, okay?
Okay. All right. You're obsessed now. Okay, please. Whatever man is clapping your cheeks, go deal with him, not me. Thank you, Rising Phoenix.
Man. Yes.
We're talking about single moms, okay? What else did you expect? If you Fefails, you know what's funny? You Fefails say, pick me. We don't care about men. Tell these single moms to stop caring about men then.
That's the only word.
Why don't you tell these single moms to stop caring about men? Why don't you tell these single moms to stop letting men bust inside them? Like, what's
Why don't you
going
tell the
on?
single dads to actually stay with your
No,
kids
they don't
as
have
well?
to. That's why. Just like you don't have to keep the baby. Thank you, Peaky. They don't have to. Just like you don't have to keep the baby,
Okay,
right?
that's good.
So
Okay,
I'm still
can I?
speaking. No, I'm still speaking. Thank you, Rising Phoenix. Sent $9.99 US. Just prove the point. Just prove the point. They want thugs. Just proves the whole conversation of this show. Agents of chaos. This is why our community is toast. Facts on facts. Okay, now you can go, Ash. Please, can you be able to address the prompt?
Yes. It's a Shay, and I agree. I feel as though it doesn't matter your race. Majority of women are raised believing, or just raised in general, that men are people that we should definitely look out for, because a lot of men deceive. They like to, grape and other things. So in terms of men, we have been taught from get-go that to be cautious. So when it comes to dating men, you obviously have to have discernment. And half of the women that I speak to that had children between the ages of teenage to like 25, a lot of them, when they tell me their stories and how before they had the kid, their relationships with said baby daddy, there's a lot of red flags. So in my head, I'm like, okay, so you date someone that has red flags, and you get surprised that when you have a child, the red flags not only continue, but they tend to disappear. So if you don't have good communication and you just decide to have a kid and that guy disappears, why are you surprised? I mean, communication was already not too good. If you notice a guy is cheating or whatever it may be, you have to use discernment as a woman, because giving birth to a child is very serious, and I don't think our community really takes it seriously. And not only that, even when we do have children, the priorities are out of whack. I work in education. I work with children. Some black parents, obviously not all,
Be okay,
but
please.
some some BLK parents are focused on their kids having the flyest shoes, the flyest outfit, the best book bag, all the things, but then they're not as concerned with keeping up with their homework and their education.
This
So
UK man
it's
laying waste to the forest.
honestly, we need to get it together. We need to use discernment when we're having these children. We need to aim for marriage, because at the end of the day, marriage is a contract. When you get married, you could put clauses in there where if he doesn't do what he knows, punishment for that. You can do that. But if you're not married, that man doesn't owe you anything. So therefore, if you have a kid with a man outside of marriage, he can 100% leave. Is it right? Absolutely not. The man should stay, but he doesn't have to legally. So if you want a stable household for your child, if you don't want to deal with the stress of raising a child by yourself, you as the woman have to use your discernment and try to get with a man who will take you seriously, get marriage, and then have children.
Okay. Rihanna, welcome. Please address the prompt, and then we can go straight back to open panel. But I definitely agree to one thing that definitely stood out to me. If a man ain't married to you, he owes you nothing. Just like you don't owe him to keep the baby.
Hi, yes, Rihanna, and I just think that I do agree that it's more prominent in our community, and as a BLK community, we need healing, because we've been through a lot, ancestry wise, going back to slavery times. The family unit was, systematically broken down, and I feel like it's been maintained now, and we need to acknowledge that as people. That's a different even conversation to be had, but single moms, I feel like we used to women just being alone and staying strong. It's been normalized for the woman to just stay alone and not be with the man. So that's why these single moms is so normalized. Oh yeah, you're pregnant, just keep it. You don't need the baby dad. You know what I mean? Sort of thing.
Okay, interesting perspective. I understand what you're saying. Maybe I need to hear a little bit more. Anyway, it's open panel. Does anyone have anything they want to say? Because I always have something to say.
Yeah, I have a question for Ashi. I don't know if I pronounced your name. I'm so sorry. Ashi. Yeah, you said something about marriage. You said that marriage kind of guarantees safety, something around that line. What about a scenario like
If a man
a
is not
woman
willing to commit to you,
has
why
a
on earth
baby
would you
for her
think he is going
boyfriend?
to take care
He
of
is
your
paying
kid?
child
Giving
support. In fact, he's in the
Stop
home with
blaming.
her. It's
Slavery
a
60
family,
years ago,
but the
we had
rent is
higher
ended.
marriage
Would
rates
you
than
call her
now.
a 304?
I wouldn't call her a hoe, or a 3 or 4, but I would definitely call her a woman who's not making the right decisions.
Okay, why?
Because in terms of longevity, he can leave at any moment and he don't have to go to the court to like go through divorce. There's no process. He could just up and leave.
Or if a married man decides to divorce his wife?
That's still a process. And once
Exactly.
again,
An expensive one as that.
when you marry, you can put clauses. You don't see the relationship between Beyonce and Jay-Z. Look at their marriage. She has clauses in there. A lot of celebrities, when they get married, if the man cheats, they have to pay out of pocket. There is a whole like when you get married, it is a contract. When you do not get married, you are owed nothing. And the reason why I'm mentioning money, because children are expensive.
You think like marriage is the only thing that should make a man pay child support?
You are owed more so child support in the eyes of the court, being a wife versus being a baby mom, because you're just given that more respect.
Okay, I respect that. Are you like pro-choice?
Yeah.
Good. Okay, I'm good then. I love that.
So tell these Fefails to stop choosing men to bust inside them. Since we're all since pro-choice, right? Why don't you tell them keep your legs closed?
Why don't you tell the men to put dick in your pants?
They don't need to. Men don't need to do
Here we
that.
go.
Yeah, you're funny.
Here we go.
It doesn't. Let me. The reality is, right? You Fefails have more right and more control over what you do with that baby than the man. The man has absolute no right to whether you want to keep the baby or not. So it doesn't even matter whether the man is sexually controlled, sexually disciplined. It doesn't even matter if the man is not lustful. If you don't want to keep the baby, if you don't want to keep the baby, you don't have to. It's just that simple.
Exactly.
The man can't tell you nothing. So it doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter what type of man he is. You still have more right over that baby than he does.
Okay, agreed.
So it is pointless to blame the man, because it doesn't matter what type of man it is. If you want to unalive the unborn baby, you can do that. So essentially, you are the one choosing to be a single mom. You're the one choosing to create a broken household.
You not holding men any form. I'm not saying like single moms or not to be held accountable. They should, obviously. They're not children. They knew what they were doing. True and full. That's true. But like you not holding the men on any form of accountability speaks out of volume.
It's pointless. This is what you Fefails want to do. You want to bash. What you want to do, right? It's pointless. Let me tell you why it's pointless. It's pointless holding. I will never hold a man accountable because I'm not a man in it. You Fefails, if you want to,
because you're a pick me.
Okay, that's fine. Like I told you, I don't mind being a pick me. I have no problem with that. I'm not going to combat men, but also it is very time wasting to combat a man. To combat a man who doesn't want to be a father. He doesn't want to be a father. He doesn't want to be there for the child. He doesn't care. There's nothing you can do about that. It doesn't make sense. It's like trying to tell a thief to stop stealing. You will tell that thief to stop stealing until you hit the grave. He will still steal. There's nothing you can do about it. That's what you Fefails don't understand. You want to tell men who actively don't want to be fathers. What do you want to tell them? It's over. You take the L. She failed. It's too late.
I 100% agree what you're saying. My whole thing is I do hold the single moms accountable, but I will hold the dads too. You're all like, close your legs. I'm sorry, it takes two to tango, does it not? She should close her legs, but he should also put his
How
dick
do
in.
you?
If he knows,
Women
hold up.
control
I let you speak. I let you
women
speak.
control
I let you
access to
speak.
sex.
I let you speak.
Like, what are we even
If
talking
she
about
should
here?
close her legs, if she doesn't want to be a mom, he should put his dick in his pants if he doesn't
No
want to be a dad.
swearing. No,
It's
he
that
doesn't. No,
simple.
he doesn't have to.
But who's allowing
This
it
is
though?
what
Then
you.
neither she.
No, but
Then neither she.
okay. Then this is it. She chose to have the baby. That's the point. If she doesn't want to be a single mom, then why did she choose to have the baby?
I don't know. She should have.
May I
That's
use
the
an
point.
example?
This is what you females don't get. You have the
What about
choice.
people that are
You have
accidentally
the choice to
didn't
not
know
have the
this?
baby. And I'm not just talking about AB. Even
Also, this choice, as we know, is not everywhere. Hope you know.
biologically, you don't need to have intercourse when you're ovulating. It's very easy to just keep your legs closed while you are not ovulating and have sex any other day. It's very easy to not get pregnant.
But what if you didn't know you was, and then you found out later down the line, and you just pop out a baby? You can't do nothing about it.
Well, that's
And
on
then, like,
you. That's
keep
on
on
you
talking
because
about
it's your
keeping it.
body. It's your
We're talking about
body.
not keeping it. It's like
It's
not
your
everywhere
body.
permits this.
What did
Not
you say,
everywhere
Jasmine?
permits like
They don't
sorry,
get
I
it.
said not everywhere permits a lady
You
to
can
like
travel.
aid
It's
you.
west. We are in the west. You can travel to one state to another to do that. Please, it's not that deep. You can literally travel to the
Are
UK.
you talking about like specifically American
UK
Yeah,
BLK women?
UK, and the US. Yeah, I'm not talking
UK
about
and
other. I'm not talking about other
okay.
nations and other countries. In the UK and the US, please, it's easy.
Exactly, crypto.
You don't need to. It's not even a conversation.
And yeah, and she said something about cryptic pregnancy. I just want to say like HI, I think you're a dog. And someone said something about cryptic pregnancy. I think that's a very valid
don't
point.
comment. Don't speak to the comments. The comments are not on the panel. It's pointless.
I commented on it too.
Jasmine,
Yeah, so
Someone
I'm
talked
saying
about cryptic
don't.
pregnancy.
So don't
And that's
keep
like
going back and forth with the comments.
very real.
It's
No, I'm talking about cryptic pregnancy right now.
Are you a married woman?
No, I'm
Please.
like
Of
I'm
course
really
she's not.
young. Say it, please. I'm so sorry. A man is not the goal for me. Sorry, not all of us are pick-me's.
Yes,
Yeah.
being a
What's
bop is.
what's your
Because a man is not my goal, I'm a bob. Oh shit.
No
Your mom
swearing.
did a big one. Oh, I feel so bad for your parents. I can't imagine having a child whose goal in
You
life
feel bad
is a
for my
man.
parents. I feel bad for your parents. They're watching their daughter be a
No,
bop.
I feel so bad.
In her prime years, she's just in the
I feel
streets.
so bad.
I know
You
your father
know
wanted a
nothing
son.
about me.
Your father
You
wanted
know
a son.
nothing
I know
about
for
me.
a fact. Because
I'm sure your father didn't want you at
every
all.
father's
I know
nightmare
he
is
didn't want you
watching
at
their
all.
daughter be a bop in her prime years.
No, every
Every father's nightmare.
is training
Every
a child
father's
whose
nightmare.
absolute goal
Do you
is a
think
man.
fathers want
That's
to
what
watch?
every father's
Hold on. Do you
nightmare
think
is. I
fathers
can't
want to watch?
imagine
Do you think
paying
fathers want to
school
watch their
fees.
daughters
I
be a
can't
community
imagine paying
box?
school fees and training
Is that
my
what you
child
think?
for her sole
Is that what you
purpose
think?
to be a man. That's
Fathers
horrible.
want to
Yeah,
watch
I
their
agree with
daughters
that. What
be a
you're saying.
I
community
feel
box?
so bad for you. I feel so
And I
bad
feel
for
like
your
society
parents.
trains us for that as women. They train us to just devote our lives to being a mother, devote it to
No,
being
You
they
can
a
grow
don't.
out
That's a
of
damn
that. You can
lie.
have your own
We're not in the
autonomy.
1950s anymore. Feminism happened. You can do whatever you want. No one's training you to be anything. What are you talking about? Are we in the 1950s? Feminism happened. We're in 2026.
It's subtle.
Who's
It's
training
like
you?
it's not as
training
obvious
you?
as today.
No, that's a lie. That's a lie. It's 2026. You can't say that. Look at Jasmine. She's an outright community box. No one trained her to be anything. You're
They
lying.
give, they give little girls kitchen tools and toys, but they give the boys building stuff.
No,
and
but
all
you
that.
can
This
buy
is very
whatever
subtle.
you can. Listen, parents can buy whatever they want for their children, but the reality is no one's training them unless it's their parents. But you,
Yes, there is. The community still tells women to do. I mean, there you are. Like there are women like you telling other women who that their goal should be married.
I
and this and
never
that.
said their goal should be marriage. I've never said that. I would never say that.
That's what you're implying.
I'm not implying anything.
That's what you are. Someone asked
No,
if I
I'm
was
not.
married. I said, oh, of course
my
not.
prompt,
Like it's
my
supposed to be an
prompt.
insult, not being
Hold
married. I'm
on,
like
my
really,
prompt,
really
my
young.
prompt is prove me wrong. You can do whatever
I'm not
you
talking
want.
about your prompt. I'm talking
I
about your
think marriage should be
comments.
the goal. If you want to procreate, then marriage should be the goal.
Yeah, if you want to procreate,
Well, that's
but
what we're
not
talking
like
about. We're talking about
generally.
procreating. I mean, yeah.
That's not the context they asked when you commented.
Oh well, you have a bot mentality. I'm gonna call that out, but it's fine. Live your
Yeah,
best life.
you have a slut mentality as well.
Really? I'm the one saying
Yeah,
keep your legs closed.
I feel so
Really?
bad.
Yeah. Okay.
Your
Yeah.
problem
Yes.
is
I
your
understand. I
internalized
understand.
misogyny.
You're not ready for
And I feel bad
marriage,
for
but
your
you're ready.
mom.
But you're ready to get your cheeks clapped. I get it. Go ahead,
I
Inspector.
told you that.
Okay.
Did
Go
I tell
ahead.
you
You're
that
not
I'm
ready
ready
for
to get
marriage,
my
but you're
cheeks
ready to get your
clapped?
cheeks clapped. Go ahead, Inspector.
That's you putting words into
Go
my
ahead,
mouth.
Inspector.
I never said that. I'm not like you, ho.
Okay. Go ahead, Inspector.
And I
Yeah,
hope you
I
get
mean,
picked one day.
Okay. Go ahead, Inspector. Is your name Inspector, please?
I hope you get that.
Okay.
diagnosis one
Yes.
day.
Yes. You have internalized D. We get it.
You have internalized misogyny.
she's still talking. Jeez. Anyways, what I wanted to say is that Rems, you know, when I first started coming on this app, I absolutely advocated for marriage, you know, and I still do in most scenarios. But I will tell you this: the more that I sit on these panels with these degenerate women, the more that I just come to terms with maybe society is good with having bottom feeders. You know, the feminists can marry the
I know you're
simps,
talking
the
about me.
simps can marry the benefit. It's beneficial. So I think if the 304s just stayed in their community, or maybe we could put them on an island. I don't know. We can talk about it, but I just bottom feeders are necessary. So
Yeah.
if you guys want to continue to be degenerate, failed women, be my guest.
Yeah, no, it's not about me. So
No, I'm not offended as I am not married, right? I'm really young. So, and I agree. I think degenerate women should be put on a different island. A woman who thinks a failure of a woman is someone who doesn't have a ring on her finger. Oh, you're degenerate as hell. And you should be put on a different island.
like so exaggerated. What about the men that is doing so wrong in the world?
Bruh, like you
Where
hear
should
this
they
shit.
go?
That's wild.
Yeah,
They should
how
join
about
you.
children?
They should join you.
How about know your
No,
place
you
as
should
a
join
woman
them,
and not
They should
assert your
join
authority
you.
over men?
That's
How about
Look at
that?
you. Oh,
Your daddy should
that's
have
so
taught you
sad.
that.
Now your mommy should have taught you some self-respect.
You know what's crazy? You have these. This is why when people come on here, right, and they think I'm just talking about the US. No. You have these Fefails from the continent, okay? From Nigeria, Ghana, you name it. They're just as degenerate. You would think they're any different. They're no different. They're just like
so
community. They're just as much as community boxes like you Fefails in the US. They're no
I'm
different.
sorry. Okay, let's start with what's your definition of a community box? Who's a community box to you? Do you call it
that's
two
what's
girls get a
funny. You know,
community
you get a
box?
lot of these
Your
Fefails.
mother.
You get
Oh,
a
you're
lot of these. You
generated
get a
dad.
lot of these Fefails that just think,
I
oh, it's
feel so
only
bad for your
happening. Hold
parents.
on, I'm
The
speaking. You
fact
get
is,
a lot of these.
Inspector,
Wait, I'm
you're a white
speaking.
woman,
I'm
so yours is a
speaking. I'm
mixture of
speaking. I'm
racism.
speaking. You think
Yours is a mixture of
Okay,
racism and misogyny.
I'm speaking. You think, you know, a lot of these Fefails always think I'm speaking about the US. If you listen very
Lack
carefully
of
to,
self-respect
hold
in
on, if
who?
you listen very carefully to my panelists, a lot of them are not even from the US. Like this Fefail right here. Listen, let me tell you something. BOK Fefails are international failures. They're international degenerates. You will go everywhere around the world and they act and speak the same, just in a different accent. Just in a different font. Just in a different font. They get their cheeks clapped the same way. They're a bunch of hyenas the same way. They're a bunch of community boxes the same way. They're just in a different font. They're no different. I don't know why any of these Fefails get triggered. You're all the same. Safeguarding and education. Welcome. Can you please address the prompt?
Hi, thank you for having me. I've been here before.
Oh, yes, you changed your DP.
Beware of the pick-me's.
She said she's been here before, so she already knows the deal.
Yeah, I know the deal. I know.
Just like you know
But
the
thing
streets.
Just like you know the holes.
Yes. I talked to many of you Fefails.
The only thing in your mind is
I talked to
men.
many of you Fefails, sadly. Go ahead,
Have a life
safeguarding.
goals instead of a man, okay?
Hi. I think the main focus, because I've been thinking, a lot of TikTokers talking about these type of things, and men as well. And from the men perspective, which I do agree with, Do you not think it's best to focus on a good parenting rather than single out gender like female? Because with two-parent household, good parenting with both household men and women should be the goal. And let's say situation where person is single, the a good parenting within a single parent household should be the goal. Because the focus is for the children. I think your focus is about the children being protected and having a better childhood. That's my perspective of what you're doing. Yeah, I think rather than, obviously I'm not trying to change what you say, I see where you're going with it, but I feel like better parenting is the goal. And also to add to what you're saying, within that single parent household is more on the Nigerian and Jamaican community. I say this because Nigerian community, the women are more they're more marriage material kind of mentality. The men are the one that go outside and have babies with other women, and also the women still accept them. Some of them still accept them and stay in that marriage, and the Jamaican community is both genders. I'm not being biased, but it's what I've observed, men and women, where they don't really believe in two-parent household. They just, okay, you can have a baby outside, is fine. And if they do believe in it, it doesn't really last,
Okay, it's open panel. I mean, in the UK, Nigerians just have as much as high single mum rates as Jamaicans. It's no different.
Yeah, that's because of the men.
No, it's not because of the men. No. It's not because of the men that Nigerians are single mums. That's not because of the men. No. Majority of them didn't get married. Majority of them are in the streets, just like the Jamaicans. Are no different.
Thank you.
Because the Nigerian cultures, right? They bring them up, the female, to be in a home. That's what they're taught.
Yeah, they were taught that, and they still chose the streets.
No, it's the men that have
the men
babies
didn't.
outside.
No, but they chose. They chose that man. You listen. We're in the UK. Like, what are you talking about? They chose that man.
Any ethnicity doesn't matter. Like in the UK, it doesn't matter.
It's everywhere, but I'm saying the most community is Jamaicans and
It's
Nigerians.
both. Yeah, so it's both. Both of them, the Caribbeans, and a lot of Fefails from Nigeria, Ghana have high single mom rates. So they're no different. It's high on both ends.
It's to just protect your womb. Like, don't give these men babies. I'll agree to that. Because at the end of the day, you're gonna be left with a child, and they will blame you, the single mom, even if you stayed and look after that child. Society will blame you for it. So just don't give them babies. That's my own advice as well, to be honest.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Oh, that'll be very hard. That'll be very hard for them because they love being community boxes.
I agree with you. I think you were right.
Because we don't give them babies, all of this situation will stop.
Exactly. I don't know. They should protect their womb.
Protect the womb, yeah, because men, they lie, and there are ways, even in marriage.
Exactly, men, they lie. Men are also
the men that you want lie. That's what you Fefails don't. That's what you Fefails don't want to admit is that you love liars. Your type, the type that you want are liars. For example, tall men are more likely to cheat. But you Fefails love
where
a
did
tall
you get
man.
that from?
You love a tall man.
Ooh, I need you to tell me where you got that statistic
Go do your
from.
research.
You are as retarded as they go.
Just like
My
BOK
God.
Fefails are also more likely to cheat compared to every other nation.
I don't agree with that. Are you blocked yourself? Or
Yeah,
are
and
you
BOK. Yeah. BOK Fefails are definitely more likely to cheat. Like, come on, let's look at the state of their marriage and their single mom rate. What, do you think they're gonna be faithful? Come on, guys, let's not be delusional.
I think it's a Caucasian.
Let's not
in
be.
my opinion.
No, they're not. It's not going to. Oh, Jasmine, I'm gonna have to drop you. TikTok flagged you.
Goodbye.
Back to the streets where you belong. I don't know why you're shocked. I mean, look at the state of the BOK Fefails. Like, what would you expect them to be loyal, healthy wives? I don't know why we're shocked. Why are we shocked that they have the most degenerate stats? Why is that shocking?
To be fair, I'm not shocked. Our family unit has been broken down for generations. It's been normalized for the black woman to stay strong, quote unquote, and just, stick it by herself, bring up the child on her own.
But that's a choice that she made herself.
But it's promoted in the black community, I think. A BLK community.
Yes, it is promoted by other BLK Fefails. They are the ones who are promoting it.
Definitely.
That's why we all should safeguard our punini. Safeguard it, whether you're alone. Let's say marriage, if you want to be married, or you don't want a child within that marriage, then it's okay. But when there is a child involved, it becomes tricky,
All right, then, people, I am going to be doing last thoughts. I want to thank every single one of you. So, thank you to TikTok. Thank you to YouTube. So, last thoughts, we can start off with safeguarding, Rihanna, Maya, then Jamil, and then Inspector. Oh, and the moderator. Added one more person in. I guess for fun.
In Jamaica, there is a 70%
Amantha.
paternity failure rate in 2000.
Go ahead. What do you have to say about the prompt real quick?
Not because of MN.
Oh, sorry. I'm not used to hearing that name out loud. Anyway, so for me, first of all, I was kind of shocked at the kind of toxic anti-woman language. There's one thing when you can criticize an action, but when you're talking like a nigga about your fellow
hold
woman,
on. What is wrong with
sounds
you?
crazy.
I agree on some stuff.
You need to watch your language. Goodness me, this is why no one's marrying you Fefails.
No, I agree.
I've heard some really nasty stuff from you.
Like
this is why no one is marrying you Fefails.
First of all, nobody can talk about degenerate on my name. First of all, I'm somebody who's married with 3 degrees and 2 kids.
You don't sound like it. Who are you married to?
No.
You sound like you're married to a simp.
You actually
sound like you're married to a simp. Because what kind of foul language is that? What kind of foul language is that? Does your husband even?
Nigga
it is a foul language. Are you dumb? Are you dumb? Do you think ninja is not a foul language? Are you dumb? Are you sure? Are you sure the man knows if the children is his? Are you sure? Because I heard in Jamaica, a lot of you Fefails are committing fraud with your pitneys. A lot of these baby dads don't even. A lot of your pitneys don't even know who their father is.
Let's not be xenophobic. I know my father.
No, that's true. No. Let's cut the crap. In Jamaica, majority of these baby dads majority of these pitneys don't even know who their real father is. That's a real thing that's going on.
I know my real father.
It's a real thing. So maybe figure out who the baby dads are first. Figure that out first, okay? Go ahead, safeguarding. What's your last words?
Just like I said, just protect, your womb, because these men are liars. They're deceiver. There's SEX. What's the one? What's the one? Something, I don't want to use the wrong one because of TikTok.
What, smack?
Yes, deceivers. They can lie and deceive. And what you can do, ladies, gather evidence and you can take them to court. There are ways around it. With made that manipulate. You can. Oops.
Oh, safeguarding. I'm going to have to drop you.
Yeah, I know. I saw it.
Thank you for coming up anyways. Maybe next time you can join me. Go ahead, Rihanna. Last thoughts.
I first of all would say thanks for having me on the panel. I also wanted to say, just in account for the lady before, she just wanted to say that she, maybe because she was shouting, the communication was not clear, but you did refer to like other people as like degenerate and such and such. Maybe that made her I feel like it's a crabs in bucket situation because it's also contributing to our community, the detriment of our community, and us becoming single moms and not having anyone, because all we do is tear each other down. You know what I mean? We need to uplift each other and be there for each other, be compassionate towards each other, and single mothers, even if you're a single mother out there, you can still find love, so don't think that it's hopeless. Me personally, I'm not a single mum, but big up to my single mums out there.
Okay.
100%. I'm not judging no one.
All right then. Thank you, Rianne. Go ahead, Maya. Thank you, Inspector. It's good to have you. Always good to have you. Go ahead, Maya.
Not working.
Oh. Oh, goodness me.
Well, you accepted it.
Yes.
You know, the idea that you're promoting abortion, by the way, as if it's like
Use
taking
TikTok language. What you need to do...
Okay, I'm new to TikTok.
Say
I'm new to
AB.
TikTok.
Say AB.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm new to TikTok, so I'm kind of like shocked at some of these groups that I'm seeing on TikTok. I mean, you talk about women horribly. You promote the A word as if it's like...
I don't promote
yes,
it.
you do. You keep suggesting like it's an like it's
I'm not suggesting it. I'm just stating a fact. You have every right to your body to do whatever you want. It's a fact.
Okay, but you make it seem as if it's a normal way of managing an unwanted pregnancy.
I mean, that's
and
what
that's what
Fefails are doing. It's a choice.
No, first of all,
it's a
don't
choice.
ever dare, little girl, to even call me something like that, because you really don't know me, and I'm not somebody that even on that type of level. But I have compassion for other women who have been in horrible situations.
What, like being
even
single
if that's not my
moms?
personal
Being single
situation.
mom, it's a choice that they made. They chose to be in a horrible situation by opening their legs.
First of all, this is a choice that a couple makes, because a child is not.
This is where you're confused. That's not a choice that a couple makes. No, because she's the one that has the right. She's the one that has the right to keep the baby or not the man. The man has no right over that baby. The man has no right.
Which is unethical.
The man has no right over that unborn baby.
Listen. Committing the A word is not something that should be normalized, in my opinion.
No one's normalizing it. It's the truth. Let's not be slow. It's the truth. It's the truth.
Women, it is
it's the truth.
Unhealthy,
it is the
immoral,
truth.
and wrong.
You can choose whether to keep the baby or not.
It's not like putting on your shoes. It's ending a life. Okay,
but
and I respect women
this is what they fought for.
This is women.
This is what they fought for. Did they not fight for this? Did Fefails not fight for this? Did they 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 not fight for this?
No, we didn't fight for that as Afro-descended women, African women. We did not fight for that.
They did. Yes, they did. No, that's not true.
I'm not talking about the Europeanized and Americanized.
That's not true.
Ones in the Western part of the world.
That's not true.
They have normalized a kind of the M word through the A word, medical A word. I mean, I'm new to TikTok, so anyways. The fact of the matter is, we can't normalize that.
It's not. It's already normalized. What are you talking about? Get real with yourself. It's already normalized. This is ridiculous. Do you live under a rock? Do you live under a rock? Is it not normalized in your culture to dry hump each other like dogs? It's normalized. Okay, it's normalized to be degenerate. Get over it.
That's irrelevant because you don't know me.
because you want to act like it's shocking in your culture. You dry hump each other based on music. You dry hump each other every year like it's fun. You have random men busting inside their jeans, and you want to talk about AB not being normalized. Your whole culture smacks is normalized. What world are you living in? What world are you living in? What world are you living in? You live under a rock. You live under a rock. You live under a rock. Your whole culture likes to dry hump each other as a dance move. Your whole culture likes to dry hump each other.
Pray for God. Pray for them. pray for them and that they
Every
meet you in
single
heaven and then
year.
bring
What
you
are
in
we
heaven.
talking about?
When you point a
What are
finger
we
at someone else,
talking
another one
about?
goes back to
What
you.
are we
You
talking
should have
about?
empathy.
Smacks
You
is
should have
literally
empathy for your
the
fellow
norm in your
woman. You should
culture.
speak about your fellow
Smacks
women
is
with
normal in your
respect. That's
culture.
what you
Shaking
do.
nyash is
So
normal
you
in
can
your
talk about
culture.
Jamaica
And you
all
want to
you
talk
want.
about
I don't
AB,
care.
AB,
You can do
AB.
your hasty
Majority of you
generalizations about
FIFAs in your
Jamaica
culture
and all of
love
your
to shake
fallacious
nyash
comments
on D
about
every
Jamaica. I
day.
don't care
That's what you do. You shake nyash on your weddings. You shake nyash in carnival. You shake nyash when you wake up. And you're surprised the AB rates is normalized? Are we gonna act dumb right now? Maybe you need to tell your people them stop dry humping like it's a hobby. And then maybe the AB rate will decrease. Maybe then you will see the AB rates decrease. We can't be acting this slow right now. We can't be. Anyways. Thank you, Jonah. Sent $2. This UK mama laying waste to the frauds. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Rising Phoenix said sent 99 US. Thank you again. If a man is not willing to commit to you, why on earth would you think he is going to take care of your kid? Given delusion, stop blaming. Servitude. 60 years ago, we had higher marriage rates than YT. Facts on facts. BLKs did have higher marriage rates back then. Shocking, right? That they have the lowest now. Thank you, Rising Phoenix. At $4.99 US. Those who support ABs are murkers. 60 million since 1973 in the US. One out of three our community and 960k total murked. So who are more violent? That's an interesting point. Yeah, BLK Fefails, let's just be honest. You know, it's interesting that they love to call BLK men violent, but look how you treat your own babies. Look how you treat your own babies. And this is it. You Fefails don't want to act like it's true. You want me to act shocked that you unalive your unborn babies? You want me to act like I don't know? This is what you Fefails do. This is what you fought for. You fought to be degenerate. So what are we talking about here? Let's not act shocked. But when I say keep your legs closed, there's a problem. Thank you, Derwin Walker. Sent $3 Remnant. Keep cooking. Denied and fried. Fefails. Facts on facts. Thank you, Rising Phoenix. Sent $4.99 US. In Jamaica, there's a 70% DNA paternity failure rate in 2024. That is a problem, not because of men. Facts on facts. 70% DNA paternity failure. I don't know why you Jamaican degenerates are coming on my live tripping out when majority of your pitneys don't even know who their father is. But you know what? They grow up to dry hump every year, right? You got bigger fish to fry. You got bigger fish to fry. When I come on my live tripping out, meanwhile, half of your pitneys, do you even know who your father is? Huh? Does Amantha even know who her father is? I would be shocked. You might need to take a DNA test with that type of stat. You might need to take a DNA test. I'm not being funny, but you Fefails out there, Amantha, you might need to check if your father is even your father. Because who knows? With that type of number, 70% paternity failure. It's not looking good, bruv. It's not looking good. Bigger fish to fry, okay? Maybe what you need to do is tell your Fefails out there to stop shaking yash in the streets and then come talk to me. I want to thank every single one of you for joining me today. Thank you, Thero. Thank you, Mo Black, BOK Money. Thank you. And thank you to everyone on YouTube as well. I appreciate every single one of you. I will be back live tomorrow, same time. So definitely keep an eye out. Thank you, everyone. And yeah, I mean, my last thoughts, you already know, single moms are destroying the BLK community. A lot of you Fefails are destroying the community. A lot of you Nigerians are destroying the community. A lot of you Jamaicans are destroying the community. A lot of you Fefails from the US are destroying the community. All of you Fefails are a bunch of degenerates. I don't know why you try to separate yourself like you're any different, okay? Your nyash is all over the screen. You talk like a bunch of fots. You act like a bunch of fots. You wear the same wigs and weave. Okay, deal with that first. Because it seems like you're struggling to prove me wrong. So try and prove your nyash wrong for once in your life and keep your legs closed. Okay. Thank you. I will be back live tomorrow. Have a good day and a good night. Thank you. I appreciate every single one of you. And yes,